See, I am streaming to YouTube as well. I gotta set it up though.
I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine with trumpet.
I want to make it real clear. Let me stop the music. Because there's gonna be so many people that only watch like 3 seconds of my video because he's with Phil now. The clearest way I can put this, lose all the background. People are saying he didn't have the evidence then. He had we showed him all the documents and he changed his mind and he learned and what? Take all that away. Take Phil away. Take everything away. Take Nick away. If I walk up to someone and I say, there's a 25-year-old man with a 15-year-old girl, and I don't even give you any names, locations, nothing. 25-year-old man, 15-year-old girl. And you say back to me, have you seen 15-year-old girls nowadays? We're done. We're fucking done. Mask off, motherfucker. Mask off. It doesn't matter who it was, what their position was. It doesn't matter anything. 25, 15, and you say, have you seen? And that was what he said. And I don't care if the moment you showed him the text message, he's like, oh, this guy's bad. I don't care. No one cares. You can't say, oh, 15-year-old girls, you know, look fuckable now unless I see the text messages. He's done after that. He got nothing to say. There's no extra proof. I don't care what stance he took afterwards. That was it. Let's roll the intro.
Hey Daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Will Bird, and this is the Cold Beer Confessional on location, live from Las Vegas. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Will Bird, Cold Beer Confessional. Thanks for coming in. Everybody's mad, and I don't know why, but it seems like everybody's mad, and I don't know why everybody's mad. But they are very, very, very mad for whatever reason. But maybe we'll get to the bottom of it sometime. So the only thing that one person could get them nailed down to, like I said earlier, was the fact that it was my timing. But do you think they would have been more generous with me if I would have changed the timing and did it after the video came out? Before the video? Like, I don't understand. What do you want me to do with the timing? How can I make the timing better for you? Like, that doesn't, what am I supposed to fucking do? If I did it before the video, you would be saying that I was trying to get people not to watch the video. You're still saying that, even though I told people, go watch the video. Watch the whole thing. Share it. Download it. Enjoy it. Get it out there. And you guys are still saying that I'm against the video somehow. Take the video. Do the video. Do the thing. I don't know what you want me to say. Everybody's very, very mad. Also, if you were against woolly-toed autistic kids thinking that's the cure for autism, you're also 100% with Phil. You are 100% with Phil, no questions asked. You're a Phil lover and a piece of shit. That's all I've got to say. Okay? I don't know what else is going on. Oh, we're on location at this is my neighbor's cat. My neighbor's cat's been hanging out. He just needed a place to hide, is what he said. I don't know. I don't know. Either way, Bert is so upset. He is buying artificial backgrounds, so no one can tell where he's at. He's got a backdrop and shit. Let me see if I can actually pull it up. Oh, there it was, but I'm blocked on that account. I change accounts. Then I'll show it to you. Hold on. Let's move here. Look, he's got artificial backgrounds up, guys. Artificial backgrounds, okay? Oh, I had the wrong chat up. That was the reason why. I needed chat too, didn't I? Restream chat is what I need. There we go. Bert.
Okay, guys, we are live. I did not announce that we were going live. So we'll just see if anybody comes.
Eviction sale tomorrow. Lots of good studio equipment. I wish somebody would snatch that up for me. I have learned so much about Bert. I learned that someone bought him three $800 cameras that he said he had to have for this like new podcast thing that he was going to. 3 $800 cameras he had to have. Then he went to another person and said, I need 3 $800 cameras. I got to have them. I got to have them to do this new show. And that person sent him $2,400. Then he used the cameras the first person bought as evidence that the second person bought them too. Isn't that wild? Isn't that crazy, dude? Crazy. There was also a challenge issued, I heard. Now, I haven't seen evidence of this, but I heard there was a challenge that was issued. And in this challenge, someone told Bert, produce the evidence that this woman who you claim was trying to help you, but then she came on to you, so you had to cut it off. Produce that evidence right the fuck now, and I'll pay off all those debts. I'll get your shit out of fucking pawn. I'll pay off the rent you owe. We'll get you set up in a place, Bert. But the evidence wasn't produced. Isn't that strange? Isn't that strange? Everybody likes to say they come with receipts, but I don't think it's going on. Oh, I don't think it's happening. I don't think that's a thing that is happening. So we've got a video we need to watch because that's the one that has the evidence in it, and it is from January 18th. Let me back up. Somebody even said, do you even have the money? And they they proved they had the money. Let's just say that. They proved they had the money. I'm going to pay it all off. I'm going to pay all of it off. But Bert doesn't have the receipts. Actually, he has some receipts, but he shows it to 4 different people as if they all paid for it. As if each different one paid for it. Imagine, I told this person, I was like, look, like first of all, I get hung up on spending, I save my own money and buy equipment most of the time. And it's a lot, I'm not saying it's not from you guys, it is. Like, whatever is left after donations, after I pay my regular bills, like everybody else has bills, we save some of it, and if I need a camera or something like this, we'll get it. But I couldn't imagine not only asking for 3 $800 cameras, $2,400, but then doing it again, dude. Like Bert with his self-reviving GoFundMe. Guys, you don't understand. You feel like you just gave me money yesterday on a GoFundMe. That was almost a year ago. Yeah. It was like $90,000, bro. Where'd it go? Oh, no, Bert. I think Bert secretly loves me, and you guys are just fucking... Oh, here we go. We're on Bert's time now. We're on the old Bert clock. I think Bert was hitting on these women trying to show him his little Ernie. That's what I think happened. Why does he look wet?
All right, come on in, everybody. I'm not sure if you're there yet, but I'm going to keep watching. I'll be right with you.
Okay, let's walk away.
Little buddy, come here. Come here, little one. Hey, we got some people in the room. Hello, everybody. Come on in.
But he's out of breath from chasing the cat down. How far did it run?
Come on up here. I'm going to have to put my glasses on so I can read what you guys are saying. Got a few things I want to inform you guys about. I want to fill you in. I want to tell you how grateful I am for those of you that helped last night.
By the way, if you missed my video and you're looking for like a recap of like last night, we are going to cover that some more. I don't know if it'll be on tonight's show, but we'll cover it again for sure. It wasn't fuck Nick and his video and I love Phil, which is immediately what they jumped to. It was, hey, still fuck Phil. What the fuck is Nick doing over here with these autistic kids? Saying, have you seen 15-year-olds nowadays? That right there is enough to fucking write the motherfucker off. And he even told people to go watch his video, share his video, download his video, put his video everywhere.
There's Rachel Lester. Rachel Lester McCullough is watching. Joanne Braddock is here. Stay right there, buddy. Come on. Stay with me, man. Stay right here. It ain't gonna hurt you. Ain't gonna hurt you to be here. There's Lynn Williams watching. Hello.
Stay here. Stay here. It ain't gonna hurt you.
Here in the studio, here in the hotel. And the cat doesn't want to be in my arms right now. Am I talking too loud? Am I talking too loud? Is that what it is? Carol Reed Brooks is watching. Hello. Come on in the room. This shot is very narrow, so I have to pull him into the shot.
I have to pull him in here. Give him a tight little hug.
Come on in, everybody. I'm not going to be here.
He looks like Rosie O'Donnell.
You know from yesterday what happened and what we're doing. But I'd like to see if we can get a few people in the room before I start explaining it, because I forget sometimes that people join in late, and when I explain something and then they ask the question, well, I just explained, I assume they saw it. But you can't make that assumption. That's just not fair. Donald Edgeworth Randall is watching. I'm seeing a lot of people that I don't see. There's May Dean Simmons watching. And come on in. Shadow, you okay, baby? You all right? You want me to let you? All right, go ahead, get out.
Yeah, goddamn. Always getting uncomfortable, dude.
Except you can't play with that cord, okay? Because you'll pull the camera down. So don't do that. Thank you. Pat, now I'm watching. Let me move this chair just a little bit. That's a terrible background.
Yeah, we're live on Kick. That's the main platform, but we also have, I think, Rumble's going, YouTube's going, whatever. I'd rather you watch on Kick, but wherever you can.
Let me see what I can do. I wouldn't believe how I got this set up.
You would believe it. Let me turn that light off. How are you going to go live tomorrow if you're at the Super Bowl? I got a buddy who's got a hot spot.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, that's better. That's better. That light was causing havoc. So, yeah, that's the worst color in the world you can have behind you is yellow. But I guess I could use that shot. I don't know if that's better or not.
My God, just catch your breath, bro. We'll wait. We'll wait.
Gone for now. So I guess I can't be a perfectionist about it. I went to the dollar store and got myself a little stand so I could be able to communicate with you guys. Deborah says, Roland, Serna said you are scamming people.
No!
Scamming out of their business. Anyway, I'm going to address Roland. Roland is a liar. Roland
Oh, my God. Roland's a liar and a coward.
Calling me out, but he's blocked me so that I can't communicate with him. I can't call him. He says, call me, Bert, you lying piece of...
Wait a second. So Roland's calling you out, but he's a coward because he blocked you. But I called you out, and the first thing you did was block me. Weird.
Crap, I can't call you because you blocked me. And I can't watch your show, so people are sending it to me. And you're a liar, and you're a piece of crap. And I am going to sue you for everything you own. It's going to take
Oh, my goodness.
But my lawyer says I got a heck of a case on you. And we're going to talk about that. Tony Wallace is watching.
You're a free lawyer because you have no money and you're homeless in Las Vegas.
Hey, Tony.
Imagine someone that has 90% of the things they own in a pawn shop, anything worth value in a pawn shop, telling you they just went to get a lawyer to sue you. Makes perfect sense.
I hadn't planned on,
Stick with it.
discussing this tonight at all, but because I wanted to, number one, thank the people that helped me out yesterday. You guys managed to get me enough, and God bless you. I had 2 or 3 people that sent some money over through Zelly, and it was enough to pay for tonight's hotel room.
The fuck is Zelly?
I do have to get out of here tomorrow. I still haven't got any.
Is that the app that's attached to Grindr where you can pay for male prostitutes? Zelly?
Anything lined up going forward, and I'm doing everything that I can to try and lean in here so I can see this a little better. Doing everything I can to try and
Yeah, that's right. Maybelline. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe he lost it all at a slot machine.
get things settled. There's been people that have been reaching out, but there's just so much, you guys, and there's so much going on. There's so much going on that.
Yeah, we're right beside the rooftop pool. I don't know if you guys knew that. We're right beside the rooftop pool. I might go take some pictures from it later.
And I love you all, and I know that all of you are just trying to help with your suggestions. But I got in an argument this morning with some woman who insists she knows more about. I'm gonna take this off for a minute. She insists she knows more about the eviction process in Nevada than I do.
Okay.
Or than that Dana does. And
well, the eviction process in Nevada would be public record. It's a set of laws that says that what you have rights as you have as a renter and rights that the landlord has, and those laws have to be abided by.
when I tried to explain it to her 3 times, she kept making the same statement over and over and over. I kept saying, you just don't know what you're talking about.
Now, how do we enforce these things? Like if someone came to me and they were breaking my lease and they're like, you got to get out. You got to get out. How do you enforce these things? You go to court, which again, you have to have money to go to court. That's part of the process, having a lawyer.
Which I don't think you are. I think you're trying to be critical. Because this person was saying, you know, you could have saved your house. You have the right to go before a judge. You do have the right to go before a judge. And I did go before a judge. And he denied my motion. I don't know how many times I have to say that to you.
Oh, goodness.
That the judge sided with the landlord. And I was put out.
Yeah, because you didn't pay rent for months, right?
I was given 7 days to come up with the money, and I couldn't. And after 7 days, I had to leave.
See, this is what I don't know. Hold on. Most places it's at least 30 days. All evictions must be with notice. There are several types of notices to choose from. You may not always be able to use the quickest notice available. You must choose one that applies to your specific situation. There are separate notices and processes for manufactured homes and non-manufactured home. An eviction may cost $200 or more from start to finish, depending on the circumstances. Eviction take anywhere from 10 to 180 days. So that seems quicker. Right there, the minimum's 10. He said 7. Depending on the circumstances of the case, you may use the constable's office or landlord or a licensed process server. Nevada statute 118A.390 makes it illegal for a landlord to use self-help evictions or to carry out an eviction on their own. For example, a landlord cannot change out the tenant's locks without the involvement of the court, the sheriff, or constable. A landlord cannot try to force the tenant off the property by making living conditions unbearable. They couldn't come in and cut off your power or fucking unhook your air conditioner in the middle of summer or something like that. General information from notices. The number of days listed for each of these notices are business days and not calendar days. Please note that the day of the service does not count as one of the days. Example, 7-day pay or quit. You come to the constable's office on Monday, 10/19. We serve the paper on Tuesday, 10/20. The tenant has Wednesday through Wednesday the 21st through Monday the 2nd of the next month to file an answer to the notice. You return to our offices on Tuesday the 3rd to continue the eviction process. The actual return date will be printed on your receipt given to you by the office. You may return to our office after the posting of the notice to go pick up the notice, but you cannot file it with the court until the appropriate number of days has passed, or you may have to start the process all over again. So it seems like there's like fucking probably 11 or 12 days right there just in returning the answer. Nevada resides statutes require 7-day notice to tenant instructing the tenant to either pay the rent or quit, leave the rental property. To evict a tenant for non-payment of rent, the landlord must deliver a 7-day notice to pay rent or quit to the tenant. After service, a landlord cannot refuse to accept the tenant's rent. Rent includes late fees, but a summary eviction cannot be ordered for things like court costs, collection fees, attorney fees, and the like. Nevada law requires 5-day notice to tenants informing the tenant that tenancy will is ending and instructing the tenant to leave, followed by the second 5-day notice to quit for unlawful detainer. That tells the tenant to leave because the tenant's process is now unlawful. So even if you were staying in the house unlawful, there's another 5-day extension. No cause notices, which wouldn't be Birch's case. So when he says 7 days, that's very disingenuous with 7 days. It's 7 business days, and it doesn't count the day you're served, and it doesn't count the day they go to the office because they're not going to serve it till at least the next day, maybe longer, and it doesn't count the day you're served. So at minimum, you're probably looking closer to 10 days.
Managed to stay a little bit longer because of the holidays. I see that, folks, if I'm not greeting everybody, it's because I just need to get this said. And I appreciate all of you so very much. We had 100 people watching last night. There are people who want to see me fail, who are celebrating the fact that I'm failing. And
I'm tracking someone who didn't pay their rent for 2.5 years.
Are believing the lies. And I'm going to tell you guys, once again, I've told you before, I deleted the last time I went on here and ranted about this because I got angry. I said a few things that were just inappropriate.
Look, I fucked up with our housing, right? I signed a contract that I didn't have, that we had a witness for, but apparently the witness wasn't valid. I didn't go to a lawyer. We were doing a rent-to-own thing. Everything was great at first, and then he decided he was over-leveraged, but he had finance, then wanted to buy something for his new wife. He was declined. Then all of a sudden, he's just like, I can't do it anymore. He told me I had 30 days to buy it. I tried to buy it twice. He actually meant I had that day to buy it. For some reason, I had to buy it the same day. He told me it was a whole ordeal.
And so I'm going to try again today without losing my cool. It's horrible that there are people out there that claim to be Christians, that claim to be truthers, that delight in bringing somebody else down. There's a page on Facebook that was made up by 3 people. I'm going to tell you who they are.
Okay.
But first, I'm going to tell you about Roland, because you guys are all seeing it. He's been posting it all over my page. He does not have the courage to reach out to me. He does not have the courage to come on live with me, because he's...
Yeah, they said that we didn't have a loan. I never said we had a loan. I was trying to get a conventional loan for the remainder. I think it was like $70-some thousand, but we had like a rent to own agreement between us and the homeowner. I never said we had a loan.
He's a coward and a liar. And I'm not going to tell you the name of the other truther that he screwed over like this, because I got in trouble the last time I mentioned that name. But I tried to reach that person tonight and say something has to be said, and I didn't get a call back. But listen, I've had these truthers. He does not have the courage to come on live with me, because he's a coward and a liar. And I am not going to tell you the name of the other truther that he screwed over like this, because I got in trouble the last time I mentioned that name. But I tried to reach that person tonight and say something has to be said, and I didn't get a call back. But listen.
I tried to reach the other person that he screwed over and said, something has to be done. But he didn't return my call.
I've had these truthers come on my page and say that, you don't donate the bird. It's not going to do any good. And then say, I'm just trying to help you. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're telling people not to help when they want to help. I notice that most people are just saying hello.
Yeah, but I would believe that his argument is, as long as you keep doing this for Bert, one, he's going to expect it and he's never going to make it on his own, right? As long as you keep donating over and over and over again, or he says, I need 3 new cameras, and 5 people buy him 5 different sets of 3 new cameras, he's not going to learn his lesson. He needs a hard fucking lesson.
Well, they're not coming in. I know you guys want to hear this, so I'm going to just tell you. And then we'll answer questions at the end. But I got to be honest with you.
Then he stops for a while to make up a lie. I got to be honest with you. Let me think about what I'm going to say.
A couple months ago.
Okay.
I was doing a show, and I was announcing to you guys that my dear friend Dana, who is my right arm, my best friend, yes, we used to be a couple a long, long time ago in another life.
Oh, my goodness.
And when it didn't work out for us as a couple, we realized that we just really like being friends. And so we are the best of friends. I would give my bone marrow to her. I would give my kidney to her, and she'd do the same for me. And her boyfriend's fine with it. He knows it. And I'm a great friend of his. He's a great friend of mine. There's nothing going on there. And Dana knows my situation and knows the vows that I've taken about not dating anymore, and I'm never going to date again. If I fall in love with someone, then it's a different story. We don't need to get into that right now.
He's never dating again. He's been celibate for 5 years, and he's never dating again. What's up, rubber toe?
But I've been celibate for 5 years.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm just fine to stay that way. Roland came on our page on my...
He's married to this life. He's married to this fucking podcast.
Page while I was talking about Dana having brain tumor. It's not cancerous, but it's 8 centimeters, and it's very, very bad. And I had come on here. I've been on Roland's chat room many times, Roland's Cerna. Many times, always been kind to him. Well, I don't agree with him. I don't agree with any of this QAnon bullcrap. And one of my biggest, looking back, because I've been reflecting a lot, the biggest mistake I made in coming into this podcast industry was aligning myself with these people that believe that Q stuff. I should have known better. Because I knew right out of the chute, because I follow politics, I have for years. Some of these people, they never followed politics until Trump got screwed out of the presidency. But I knew going into this, when after January 6th, Trump was not the president anymore. And they all kept saying that he was. And they all kept saying, they got you guys all fired up about...
He was still the president January 6th. It wasn't until the inauguration happened.
Trump's coming back in 21 days. Trump's coming back in 3 weeks. Trump's coming back. Don't worry, it's just a movie. All of that stuff. I was going to these events. I was hearing this. And I was like, no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. I've got family members who are high-ranking officers.
I will praise him for that. That's not how it works. I don't know what he's going to use to validate this, but that's not how it works. Once the electors cast their vote, there's not a whole lot to do. There is a period to challenge. There's a period to audit. There's a period to research. There's a period to recount. There's a period for everything. But once those electors cast their votes, it's done.
The military who live in Washington, D.C. And trust me, if there was something else going on, I would know about it. I've got friends who have been people that I have gotten my intel from that used to be in the Secret Service and worked for Obama. And
I heard he had a buddy come on and tell them all they could get they were going to have like a 10% return on their investment or more. At least that's what I heard he did. That he was telling everybody, and he had somebody come on for him, and some people invested a lot of money in this dude, a lot of money, like tens of thousands of dollars, and they were supposed to get. It would take a few months to get everything going, but they were supposed to get 10% back on their investment. Some people started off as the investment like $20K. That's what they started with. $20K. It's all over the SNTV thing. And what they told me the guy's name. James Burkhart, I think was what James Burkhart, was that the guy at SNTV? Apparently talked to some of them and said, "Oh yeah, it's big. Bert's going to be on here and he's going to, he's going to be part of it, and Burkhart Media Group, and we're going to do this." And they were expecting a return on their investment. They got nothing. It was going to be almost like what do they used to call them back in the day? MCNs. So back in the day on YouTube, you could not get monetized. I could not get monetized. Bert could not get monetized. Back in the day on YouTube, they only worked with certain companies that they would give ad revenue to. They'd still run ads on my video or your own video or their video, but you didn't get a dime from it, not a single cent. What they did was they had these multi-channel networks. And if I got big enough, one of these MCNs would approach me and say, "Hey, you're big enough that we'd be willing to take you on for 50-50 split. And YouTube sends us the money and then we send you the money." So like if I made $100, they kept 50 and sent me 50. Now, a bunch of YouTubers signed up for that because the alternative was 0 or 50%. So a bunch of YouTubers signed up for that, but it always went bad. There's no good stories about MCNs. Every one of them, even the ones that started off good, went bad. They started cheating people out of their money. They started taking bigger percentages. They started lying about the ad deals they got. They started lying about, this is going to be like a PPN, right? Patriot Party News, or a such and such media group, or whatever it's going to be. That's what this is supposed to be like, SNTV. And Bert bought the guy that was the founder, owner, the guy brought him on something. Somebody had something to do with that, to talk to investors that they would get a 10%. But I don't see, look, I could join an MCN right fucking now with no goddamn money. I have people contacting me saying they can represent me, right? They can make sure I get ad revenue, or they can make sure I get this or that, or they can get me sponsorship. Somebody just emailed me the other day and asked me if I want to do a sponsorship for, I don't know, a few $100s. And I was like, nah. But I don't need any money to do that. Right? I could start right now. I got a camera. I got my computer. I can start right now. So I don't know how he convinced people like he needed hundreds of thousands of dollars to fucking stream somewhere else? Why didn't he just start streaming and build up to it?
They would know. They would know. I promise you they would know. So I should have known better than to align myself with these clowns because they're idiots. And they've conned you guys into believing QAnon, and now they're telling you that I'm the con. Because I tried to create a podcast of truth, real truth. Somebody comes on here and will say stuff that embarrasses himself to make sure that the truth is told. I get constantly very tell people
I hear you, Jeff.
It's the only way I know how to do it. That's the only way I know how to do it. I'm not going to sit here. Listen. I saw the screenshots. I'm blocked. I can't see these things. So my friends, my Facebook friends, people that view my show, send me screenshots of these people that used to be in business with me, running their mouths in Roland's room. And Roland over there saying, I'm a con man, I'm this, I'm that. I'm going to tell y'all how this went down. I'm on my show after that. Earlier in the day, I had said hello to Roland and, hey, buddy, how you doing? Love you, dude. I love you too, Bert. I just love y'all. We love y'all. We just love everybody, don't we? Of course we do. Are you over in Tennessee? All my friends in Tennessee? And yeah, Bert.
Okay, there we go.
100%.
I'm in Tennessee.
I got to get off here and get ready to do my show. And he said, I'm going to come in your chat room and say hi to you. So he comes in the chat room and he says hi. And I'm talking about some very serious stuff about Dana because I had just been given permission by Dana to talk about her situation. She's a very private lady. And she didn't want it out in public till she told a few people that she wanted them to find it out from her, not off of some podcaster. So I'm telling the story about Dana and have it's not cancer, but we know that she's going to require radiation and chemo and surgery, and it's going to be bad, and she's going to miss a lot of work, and she's going to do co-pays and roll.
Oh, thank you for the gifted subs. I appreciate that, especially since I'm broke and had to take a deal with Phil. I appreciate you coming through like that. Clutch.
In the chat room, he goes, Bert, praying for you guys. Oh my goodness. And I had earlier been talking about how I was having personal problems financially, and
I can give you a rundown, President T1. Last night I said, fuck Phil, go watch Nick's film, go watch everything, share it, download it, whatever. But why was Nick saying, but apparently they claim before he knew everything, why was he saying, hey, there's a lot of flexibility here. There's multiple sides to every story. Have you seen what 15-year-olds look like nowadays? That's the rundown. So now, because I'm questioning why Nick would sell essential oils to autistic kids' parents and claim that it cures it, mitigates it, treats it, whatever, and the fact that he said this before he started making a video on Phil, now I'm working with Phil. Here's a post. So someone said, however, the verified texts are from, they go in, the post says they're from the court records, they're real, blah, blah, blah. And he says, dang, well, every story has many sides of truth. Personally, I don't see a 25-year-old as a mature adult. The brain for a male doesn't even reach its growth until 35. He knew he was doing was wrong, that's for sure. But could he help it? Looking at those texts, people told me he hadn't seen the text. People on X today said he hasn't seen the text. Why would he say looking at those texts, it seemed far less sinister than what people make him out to be? I don't think Phil's a pedo like that which people attach the ball with. There can be flexibility here. I don't care if he saw the text. I don't care if he saw the court documents. I don't care if he didn't understand everything. I don't care if he was well versed in it. I don't care if this just hit him. He is talking about a 25-year-old and a 15-year-old saying things like, there's a lot of flexibility here. If if you find out a 25-year-old is fucking your freshman in high school, would your response be, there's a lot of flexibility here? Well, have you seen our 15-year-old and what they look like nowadays? They're just mad that I asked the same questions about Nick, so now I must be working with Phil. You can't be fuck Nick and fuck Phil and go watch the movie, download it. Like, go. I'm not trying to stop anybody from seeing the movie. Fuck, I'll post the goddamn link. Go watch it. Go download it. Fucking share it on all platforms. But when you're done watching the movie, go back and ask while someone said, right here at the bottom, have you seen what 15-year-olds look like now? Or even then? It doesn't have anything to do with Nick or Phil. If I went to my friend and said, I just found out a 25-year-old is sleeping with a high school freshman, and they said, man, have you seen what high school freshmen look like nowadays? We're done. We're no longer friends. We're not hanging out. You can't back out of that. You can't say, well, I didn't see the text message. Well, I didn't know who it was. Well, I didn't know you meant that high school. Well, I didn't know you meant Laura or Sarah or John or Tim. The fuck are you looking at 15-year-olds like?
He goes, Bert, I want to help. How can I help? And I said, Roland, I said, listen, if you want to help, brother, just send me a private message and we'll talk privately because a lot of this stuff I can't share at the moment. And he goes, I want to help Dana, Bert, and I want to help you. It's in the show.
Okay.
You can go back and look in the archives and see.
We want to help.
Okay. Tomorrow night, I'll even tell you what show to go look to see it. So he did that several times, and here's what he was doing. He was drawing attention to himself in my chat room so that all of you guys would get to know him. If you hadn't been watching his show, you might go watch his show. And of course, I promoted him. That's Roland. He has a show over there out of Nashville. He does one just about every day. You guys check him out. That is a professional courtesy that you do to other people when you're in one of these types of situations. And I was on.
So if you see anything else about that, before we move on to Bert, if you see anything else about that, I just leaned into it hard because they can't comprehend. Their excuses was my timing was bad. Well, I waited for the film to come out as not to affect how many people saw it. I want people to see the film, like I said. That I'm jealous of the film, that I don't want people to see the film, even though I'm saying go see the film, that I got to be working for Phil. You can't hate them both, that they were celebrating, and I was trying to give Phil a pick-me-up and make him feel better. So I just leaned into it. I shared some stuff like I was going to Vegas. I've said from day one I don't agree with anything these guys are doing except bringing Phil issues to a new audience. I said I'm not interested in appealing with, endorsing, or helping them in any way, shape, or form. And I even suggest people go watch the movie after I waited until the big release to bring up my concerns. Y'all just fucking dumb. You think suddenly I flipped on Nick. I was planning this flip all along. And I told you guys last night, I've been for weeks, I've been telling Mariah, like, I can't fucking endorse these guys. I can't fucking do it. Like, I can't be part of it. Like, they even mentioned, like, oh, we'll have Will on. No, you won't. Not if you're spreading all that other fucking Q bullshit. Also, when people say Will just wishes he made a movie, no, I wish he would stop fucking selling basic ass essential oils that you rub on the bottom of your feet as a cure to autism to parents that are at the end of their rope. As long as someone over there granting wishes, how about granting this one? Then someone said, how much did he pay your poor ass? And I said $1 per comment. Thanks. Thanks for the help. Then I said, I shared this. This is my local airport. And I said, in completely unrelated news, I won't be around for the next few days. Someone you totally don't know because he went to a different school than you guys invited me to the Super Bowl. Laugh out loud. See y'all on Monday. And they think that's serious. They literally think I'm in Vegas with Phil at the Super Bowl. I asked them if anyone could please clip a single moment of my video taken up for Phil. Not me questioning Nick defending Phil, or Nick making the argument, have you seen 15-year-olds nowadays? Or Nick speaking on the Phil situation saying there's a lot of flexibility here. Situation, meaning a 25-year-old. Please clip any of the several times I defended Phil or his actions. I want to show it to my completely unrelated Super Bowl buddy who brought me out here, all expenses paid. Then I shared this image. Then Dr. J thought she was in charge and shared this image. And then I accidentally leaked the Ari new marketing ad that says it puts the oil on its toe skin or else it gets the autism again, which I think is brilliant. Way to lean into it, guys. The film Two Wolves is, you know who Good Line Films is? He made The Greatest Show on Earth, Nick Alvear. He made one on Phil, and it just released a couple nights ago. Everybody should go watch it. Good Line TV. Just Google that, and I think it's on the front fucking page. It's on the front page there. It's a good Phil documentary. It takes everything that everybody else has covered, puts it all together in one place. It's got fancy edits and stock footage. It's a good film. Go watch it. And I think it even says you're allowed to download it and share it places. Go watch it. I'm not saying you shouldn't. Go watch it. Like I don't know how many times I got to say go watch it, and then people are like, he don't want you to see it. Okay. All right, back to Bert.
100% professional. and he kept hitting me.
Oh shit! So, sorry, someone said it's on Rumble as well. I did not know that. I went and got it. I went and watched it on the website. Good film. I downloaded a copy of it just in case something happens, because at the time they're going through this legal battle with Phil. I downloaded a copy of it just in case, and enjoy it. It's like an hour and a half.
I texted him later and I said, because you said something, and I've told you guys this, tell me if you people thumbs up or something that know that I've said this in my room multiple times. If you're interested in helping me in any way, if it's buying something in my show, if it's donating, listen, Alex Jones asks for donations every day. Alex Jones asks people to buy things off of his show every day. These other podcasters are selling you multi-level marketing, and so they don't need to ask you to donate to them because they're ripping you off with products that I just don't trust. If you trust them, you bought into it, and you like it, God bless you. Get back to me when you actually start making a profit at it.
Oh, you don't like the products that someone's fucking scamming people with? You must be supporting Phil, Bert.
Because 90% of you won't make any money at it. But God bless you. You're welcome to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to ask my audience to buy something I don't believe in. I won't tell my audience to believe in QAnon because I don't believe in it. Now,
so you are saying go watch the document. Go watch it. I think everybody should see it. I don't think there's any issues in the video. I think there was a couple of things that I'm not a video maker, but if I made that one, I think there's a couple of things I'd have leaned into harder. I think there's probably a couple of things I would have left out, but it's a good film. Go watch it.
now, Roland comes on my show. Well, no, and does what I told you. And then I told him, because you said something in the room, you're going to get inundated by these trolls that are after me. I said, there's people out there that are making up a bunch of garbage, and they've got reason to make it up because they don't like me because I rejected them. And so he said, I'm going to call you. I gave him my phone number. He said, I'm going to call you. It took him 2 or 3 days to finally call me. I reached out to him one day while I was watching football. I think it was on a Saturday or a Sunday. Hey, buddy, I got time to talk now if you do too. I'll call you in a few minutes. Finally, he calls. Hey, Bert, what's going on, man? What can I do for you? What can I do? I said,
okay, here we go.
You said you wanted to help. And I said, I've got to raise some money for Dana. I said, and I'm hoping that I can get my podcast up and running real strong, and then we're going to do a fundraiser for Dana. And he goes, oh, okay, all right. And I said, now, I don't know if you're interested in helping with my podcast or what you want to do. He goes, well, what is it you're doing with your podcast? So I proceeded to tell him what I tell everybody in private about my podcast and my relationship with SNTV, which is a company out of Florida.
SNTV's coming to him. Going to sign him up.
Was going to be paying me to do shows on their platforms. They were going to post them, they were going to sell advertising, and they were going to give me a percentage of that advertising. My percentage of that advertising was going to be in the neighborhood of $5,000 per episode. I can tell you this now because I've broken ties with them. I had no choice because I was
$5,000 an episode. Is that absurd? No, it's honestly not. Like I know people personally know, like have talked to these people and seen receipts of like a 30-second ad read for like $25,000 on one of their videos, you know? Like that's not absurd, depending on who they had that was wanting to advertise, how much they're willing to pay, the types of advertise, whatever, right? That's not absurd. $5,000 an episode. I bet he wouldn't be doing daily episodes at that, but maybe he would. Who knows?
threatened by an investor. Get rid of them or I'm not putting money in.
Oh, thank you for the gifted sub. I just saw it. Steeda Girl. Thank you.
This whole damn thing fell apart. So I'm telling Roland, I can let you in for 10%, or I can let you in for 5%.
Thank you.
Whichever way you want to go. And he said, no, Bert, I'm not an investor. I said, well, I just wanted to give you the opportunity. If you don't want to invest, it's fine. I said, I know you have the warehouses full of furniture, which I found out later is donated to him, and then he sells it to you guys.
So when you go to, it is absurd with his audience. The level that he's claiming is absurd with his audience. When you go to a different platform, though, that platform's probably banking like we can make so many people watch it just from being on our platform, right? There's already people here. It'll be a next up. It'll be a replay. Or they could be doing this, and I'm not saying they are. Let's say we have 9 really well-performing shows, okay? And then let's say we like Bert, so we want to bring on Bert because maybe we think he'll be big, or maybe we think he'll get bigger, or maybe whatever, right? And we want to bring him on as a favor. What they could be doing is taking their ad revenue as a whole. So these 10 shows make this, and as a company, we bring this in off ads, and we'll kick it out 10 different ways. I don't see a company being that generous unless you're like best friends or, I don't know, the IT girl wants to sleep with you there. I'm not saying that. It's a different girl you guys don't know. But Bert doesn't have an established audience, and Bert doesn't really have a fucking show. Right? He's got 40, 50 people watching him, and his show is, guys, I watched Fox News today, and the president addressed the nation, and it was horrible. All right, what do you guys got? You guys got any questions in there in chat? You guys got any questions? He doesn't have a show. He doesn't have an audience. Typically what they're looking for. You guys remember the Steven Crowder and Ben Shapiro deal that went bad, and Steven Crowder said he exposed them all or whatever, and they're going to offer him like fucking $500,000 or whatever it was. That's this. Steven Crowder has an established audience. Just like his mug club, he would be pulling that audience, right? And he can probably look at his mug club and say, well, you know, I have this audience on YouTube, but this many people are willing to go to mug club, so I'm sure I can pull them over to, you know, Ben Shapiro's website, and they'll pay.
Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. Coward. Gets over there and makes all kinds of lies. I'm sitting right here. He can see my show. Roland, you coward. I would love to meet you face to face. With this one bad arm of mine, I would still humiliate you, you lying coward. Now, that's the worst thing I'm going to say about you all.
I honestly don't trust anybody that's like, he lied about me and I could prove it, but instead, I'm going to beat you up.
Because I'm not going to get kicked off here. But I look a man square in the eye when I accuse him of something. I don't block him and then go tell everybody else something about him. Only cowards. Okay? And I know you're not married, and I know that you're loving the attention from these women that are calling you or emailing you about me. Because the women that are pissed at me are pissed because I didn't want anything to do with them personally. Not business-wise.
Oh, the women that are pissed at me, they wanted to fuck old Bert. They wanted to be birded down. That's why they're mad.
Calling you or emailing you about me. Because the women that are pissed at me are pissed because I didn't want anything to do with them personally. Not business-wise, personally. And I've got the proof for all of it. I welcome the day it goes to court. Because there's going to be a lot of humiliated people. I've been celibate 5 years. When a woman comes on to me, I say, I can't do it. I'm not, no.
So this is where he claims that the women that were helping him out are only mad, not because their investment was squandered, not because they didn't get a return, not because they both found out or all of them found out that they were buying the same equipment. All they had to do was, this is like when you try to date two bitches, right? And they just find out they got the same boyfriend. He was saying, I need cameras. And person one was buying him the cameras. Then he was going to person two and saying, I need cameras. Person two was giving him the money. He was showing the cameras person one bought as proof. Person three, I need cameras. Give him the money, show the cameras from person one. It's fucked up.
I've got two rules. Before I even was celibate, I don't date women who smoke. I don't date women who are married. And I really am not interested in dating somebody that outweighs me. And somebody today called me, shame on you for body shaming. Hey, if a man can't say what he likes in a woman this day and age because everybody's so butthurt over any words that make me feel bad, I don't care.
That's fucked up, Bert. You don't like fat bitches? I like big old titties.
If that upsets you, that I tell you I don't want to date fat women, stop watching my show. I tell the truth. Donald Trump tells the truth and we all love him. He's a rich man and he can say anything he wants and nobody can do anything to him for it. And that's good for him. Try doing it when you're broke, Mr. President. See what happens. They come at you and they try to destroy you. You're not going to destroy me, people. I'm down, but I'm not out. Roland's on there saying, we got rid of Bert. We ran him off. He's lost everything. Screw you, Roland. You watch and see the comeback that comes out of this kid.
This is the comeback kid, the 65-year-old comeback kid, rootin' and a tootin'.
You better hope to goodness you got a good lawyer. The lady you're talking about is married with 4 children. 2 of her kids are special needs. Hell of a Trump, you're right, and you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
So he even calls out, like, someone says, hey, that person has children. And he's like, you're right, but you don't know what you're talking about.
It's not a lie, and I've got it in writing, so there. But I know he's told you different.
He's got it in writing.
But I've got witnesses that she said that she wanted for me and her to be in a relationship, and I had no interest in doing that. And
he's got witnesses. How would you have witnesses to a written conversation, like text message or email? How would you have witnesses? I mean, you could show them the email, right? But anybody could have sent that email. And you could show them the text message, but anybody could have sent that text message. And you could show them a screenshot, but anybody. How would you have witnesses? You all were sitting right beside each other, texting each other, and they saw them hit the buttons and you received the message?
Got witnesses, so you go ahead and make it up there all you want. I don't know how to block some of you people, but I'm going to figure it out. Now,
I'm a professional live streamer, podcaster. I don't know how to block you, but I'll figure it out.
Erin Kelly Roark is her name, and I will say her name. Because she invested money, she came to me. I've got the text messages.
Wait. I thought it was a different woman. I thought it was a different woman. It was a different girl I went to college with. That's who I was talking about. Strange. Thought it was a completely different woman that you were talking about. It seems as if you're calling out these women directly.
You came to me. I want to invest in you, and I can afford it. I've got an annuity, and I don't care what it costs as long as we get it right. It's all in writing, and I'm not going to put it on here to show you because I'm a professional, and that's in the courts. That will be in the courts. Whoever that is, Nuvu Trump, I think you're actually Karen, okay? But
I think you're Karen.
You're going to try to eat this chat room up. She does not have $85,000 invested in this show, and I'm not going to chat with you about this. I'm going to tell this the way it is, then I'm going to get the heck off of here.
Okay.
There's another woman, and I didn't know she was this involved in it until somebody sent me a screenshot. Her and her husband are IT people out of Chicago.
Here we go. IT people. Another woman. They're IT people from Chicago. You can't get more specific than this. Another woman he's naming.
Shows, you guys could hear me talking to somebody named Chicago. Hey, Chicago, can we turn this up? Can we fix that? We were working together. It was all going to be fine. Becky says, stay calm. You don't need to have a heart attack. I feel like I'm having one right now. This stuff I've heard today, I'm so angry. So, she was going to be my IT person. She goes, Bert, I'm donating my time, and I'm going to donate some equipment to you because I want to be the IT person for SNTV, and so does my husband. So we're going to, and I've got this in writing too. We're going to send you what you need, and they spent about $10,000 or $12,000. They did on.
Ah, damn. What are you lazy bums doing in my chat? Who wants to be my new IT person? Sexual scandals included.
Amazon, and they shipped it straight to me. And then she puts a thing out that says, here's receipts of some of the stuff that Bert purchased for his studio. I bet he don't have any receipts for the stuff he bought. Well, no, I didn't order my stuff from Amazon, honey. The stuff I bought it all around Las Vegas in the music stores and in the electronic stores. And I was buying it for myself at the time, and I didn't realize I needed to save receipts because as a professional musician, we spend more money on equipment than we earn playing at it.
This is the dumbest argument I've ever heard. I didn't realize I needed to save receipts. First of all, if you're running a business, you save every receipt you spend on equipment, right? It's a tax write-off. You can depreciate it. You can claim it all at once. You can depreciate it over so long. Second of all, what if the equipment breaks? Everything comes with at least like a 1-year limited warranty, right? For manufacturing defaults. So you just bought shit and it was like, fuck that receipt. But everybody else kept their receipts. That's weird. That's weird that everybody kept their receipts but Bert. Is that not strange?
With that equipment, every musician knows it. But this Kelly Pervin and her husband had complete access to my computers. They even sent me a computer. And they could go in there when I wasn't home and they could mess with my computers, and I trusted them completely. She said to me, when I told her I didn't want to do the QAnon thing, and she denies that now, but it's true, she said, if you don't do the QAnon thing, you're not going to have a following, because it's what everybody wants. They want the QAnon storyline. It's like a soap opera, and I've got shows way back in the day that I talked to, and I used that very word, and she got mad at me for saying it. I didn't use her name. I just said somebody told me it's like a soap opera, and you guys just want... But this Kelly Pervin and her husband had complete access to my computers. They sent me a computer, and they could go in there when I wasn't home, and they could mess with my computers, and I trusted them completely. She said to me, when I told her I didn't want to do the QAnon thing, and she denies that now, but it's true, she said, if you don't do the QAnon thing, you're not going to have a following, because it's what everybody wants. They want the QAnon storyline. It's like a soap opera, and I've got shows way back in the day that I talked to, and I used that very word, and she got mad at me for saying it. I didn't use her name. I just said somebody told me it's like a soap opera, and you guys just want to hear the storyline every day. this Louvre Trump or whatever, prove it, post that text. You see the difference between me and these children, Louvre Trump or whatever the heck your name is? I gave that stuff to a lawyer. They're putting it out on channels.
So the reason he can't put out any of this, the reason he can't put out any information to clear his name, it all went to a lawyer. Someone literally I saw it in the comments. I don't remember who it was. Someone literally challenged him with tens of thousands of dollars. Put out the evidence that these people came on to you. I will pay off your pawn shop bill. I will pay your debts, and you'll have money left over. Silence.
Even defend myself. Okay? My lawyer's got it all. Now, when she told me that she wanted me to do the Trump, the QAnon thing, I told her I wasn't going to do it. She goes, I'm not interested in being part of your process anymore. And I said, well, okay. But I'll tell you this, after her and her husband stopped IT in my show and they stopped talking to me, I had nothing but computer problems. Every day. You can just go back and look at their shows.
They hacked his computer. It's not that Bert's 65 years old and can't figure out how to use Facebook, the platform that's made for the elderly. It's that they left and they had access to my stuff. Sabotage.
Problem with the computer. Sorry, the computer crashed. I don't know why it's crashing. It's got a blue screen. Got this and got that. And she told me, she goes, I can log onto your computer anytime I want with the password. And she swore to me, she goes, we're professionals. I promise you that we deleted the password to get into your computer and we don't have any access to it. Well, somebody sure as hell did.
So I had access to it. Chat, let me ask you a question while we're sitting here. Okay, we got a video pause. Let me ask you a question. Pretend tomorrow or tonight in chat, someone says, hey, Will, Tom is a 25-year-old man, and he is in a sexual relationship with a 15-year-old girl, freshman in high school. And I said, I don't know who Tom or this girl is, but, you know, them 15-year-olds, have you seen how they look? Probably a lot, but there's probably a lot of leeway there, okay? Probably a lot of flexibility there, and everything has a story. Would you be like, oh, thank God Will's on our side with this Tom debate. Maybe I'll just send him more information, and suddenly he won't think 15-year-olds are hot. It'd be kind of weird, huh? That's what I thought.
But she stopped talking to me, and she goes, after I talked to Karen Rolark, I don't think I like being in business with you anymore. I said, well, if you want to believe the crap she's telling everybody, she told me she wanted to buy the house next door to mine and move her paraplegic daughter into that house because it was a one-story house, and it would give her an excuse to come see me from time to time. Because me and her, together as a couple, will be able to take over the podcast industry because she knows everybody and everybody loves her.
What? What?
Because it was a one-story house, and it would give her an excuse to come see me from time to time. Because me and her, but she stopped talking to me, and she goes, after I talked to Karen Rolark.
He said, so listen, he said, the women that are mad at me, women, plural, okay? The women that are mad at me because they wanted to have sex with me, right? They wanted personal relationship with me, and I told them, no, I'm celibate. I don't sleep with married women. Then he continues to name two women. But now, if you watch his most recent episode, he's like, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about this other Kelly that I went to school with in college. That's who I was talking about. Oh, okay.
I don't think I like being in business with you anymore. I said, well, if you want to believe the crap she's telling everybody, she told me she wanted to buy the house next door to mine and move her paraplegic daughter into that house because it was a one-story house, and it would give her an excuse to come see me from time to time. Because me and her, together as a couple, will be able to take over the podcast industry because she knows everybody and everybody loves her.
Sounds very believable.
She turned vicious with me when I turned her down. First she come with the flirting, and I told her she couldn't do it. Then she was in my chat room back in the day, and she was answering every question that was coming to me. And so after the show was over, I said, listen, Karen, I need you to stop answering all the questions. These people want to hear me answer the questions. If you answer them, there's no point in me answering them. I said, she goes, well, I just won't come in the chat room anymore. I said, that's not what I'm asking you to do. Of course I want you in there. You can say things, you can respond to other people that are asking you questions, but when they ask me a question, please let me answer it. She lost her flipping mind over that. And that's when she said, I'm done. I'm not putting any more money in, and I'm going to make sure that you fail. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care if I get a dime of my money back. I'm going to make sure that everybody hates you. Okay. And then she hung up on me, and then she blocked me. And that was like a year ago. And pretty much, I just kind of went, you know what? I'll just move on with
So that literally had nothing to do with like you're losing your house or being broke or scamming a bunch of investors. That happened a year ago.
I was going to keep going. I'm not giving up. But it set me back a long way because I went a long time without having anybody to help me finish the studio. And it wasn't finished. It was the first podcast studio I'd ever built. I made a lot of mistakes building that studio. I made a lot of mistakes.
Bro, one of the greatest things about podcasting, even a video podcast, you do not need a $200,000 studio. You can build a single backdrop, even if it's a fucking bookcase, a chair, and fucking fix the acoustics. When I first started, I went to and bought I bought cheap moving blankets. They're like really thick blankets that are made to like put furniture on so you can slide them around without damaging stuff. Put them in between like a dresser and a headboard so they don't scratch each other up. Moving blankets and hung them from fucking wire to catch the echo in the old studio. Like, it's not their fault that you thought you had to have a $500,000 studio. You took all their money, promised them returns, and then fucking didn't work out. That's your fault.
I had to start all over 2 or 3 different times. Oh, this isn't going to work. This is the wrong cable. These cameras don't work with this editor, and that.
And that still doesn't have anything to do with the story he's telling about these women wanting to sleep with. This was before all that.
Mixing console just don't work together the same. I've got to get a different one. That one's analog. That one's digital. This is 5K. This one's 4K. That one right there's, it's 1080p. And all of that stuff I had to learn on my own. I had no help.
Bert's got 5K monitors.
And I had this SNTV encouraging me to set up a professional, 100% professional, like you would see on television, not something that you would see where a guy's sitting there with like what I got right now. This is not the kind of podcaster he was looking for. And he kept encouraging me. And I'll be honest with you, I really believed him and I were going to go someplace with this. Then he had a hurricane that wiped out his place, and it set us back another 6 months because the hurricane hit in Florida. And the next thing you know, his whole place, he had to move. He had to rebuild everything, like what I'm doing now. And I understood. I said, I'll just keep doing shows.
Oh, he's homeless for not paying his rent?
And trying to prove what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to do. And these people, these 2 women, started jabbity out there, but they did it behind my back. So I couldn't even, for a long time, I didn't know.
So these 2 women started jabbing everyone. Now, he named the 2 women, and what did he say at the first of it? The women, plural, that have an issue with me is because they want a personal relationship with me. So Bert's now trying to play it like, oh, this one woman did want a personal relationship, but that other woman, I was talking about somebody else. And it's probably because her husband's a fucking giant. Her husband takes shits that come out just as wet and just as large as Bert. He probably needs a little more fiber in his diet. I'm not here to judge. Just a size comparison thing, okay, guys?
They were out there doing it. When I finally found out, I resisted it once or twice, and then I went, you know what? It's just causing too much drama. I'm going to get out. But now that you guys know that I've lost it.
That is a recurring theme. Everything happens to Bert, and not a single thing is Bert's fault. Well, the podcaster, well, the hurricane, well, these women, well, these people wanted to fuck me, well, this other guy, well, this other thing, well, the hotel doesn't like me, well, my fucking luggage car has a flat tire, well, the cat bit me, well, the job, I can't do this, I can't do that, this happened to me, and that won't let me do this.
Everything. They're celebrating.
Now it's the Super Bowl. He can't work because of the Super Bowl.
And they're posting crap that isn't true. You can believe me right now, or you can believe what they're saying. But you don't have any proof that either one of us are telling the truth. And maybe somewhere in between what both of us are saying is the truth in your eyes. All I'm going to do is I'm telling you my side of it. Because I can't respond to them. They've got me blocked. And Roland's sitting there making challenges to me today and calling me out and telling me to call him. Roland,
if you have a show and I have a show, and I say, Bert, I challenge you to put out evidence that this happened. Even if you're blocked, as long as you saw it, or it was relayed to you or clipped or whatever, why wouldn't you just do that on your show? Why do you have to come on my show? I asked Nick last night, regardless of what evidence he had seen, why would it be okay to say, do you know what 15-year-olds, have you seen 15-year-olds nowadays? In response to hearing a 25-year-old and 15-year-old had a sexual relationship. I don't expect to host him on my fucking show. Answer it on your platform.
If I were in better position, I would pay for your airplane ticket to come out here. But I'm not. I'm wiped out at the moment. I am. I lost everything. The investor that I brought into in this last time could not. I'm not saying she was vicious. I'm not saying she was malicious. But because of circumstances, she could not get me the help I needed in time. And we lost it all. She's still interested in being involved if I can pull it back together. And maybe I can. Maybe I can't. But I don't have a way to get back to Florida and live at my dad's house. There's no room for me there anyway. His new wife moved in her grandson in the only bedroom I would be able to take if I came back. So there's no going back there. My sisters don't talk to me because of my positions politically and because they don't want me doing this. They didn't want me singing for a living. I was out here 25 years and neither one of my sisters ever bothered to come see my show on the Strip. I was at the Excalibur 5 nights a week for 7 years. They never came once.
Ooh, at the Excalibur.
Dad came twice in that 7 years. They never, everybody else is dying to get to
Phil came twice during a texting spree, I heard.
Vegas. Oh, I wish I knew somebody in Vegas. You think my family did that? No, they didn't. Because they've never supported my music career. They've always wanted me to go get a regular job, stop color.
Maybe you've been a bum your whole life. Look, I love my family to death. There are some people in my family that are just fucking bum all the time. I don't want to hang out with them. I would defend them. Somebody said something negative or untrue or whatever about them. When I see them at fucking whatever get-togethers, whatever, I don't want to hang out with them. And anytime they contact me or ask me to hang out or whatever, it's always because they need something. My dad, God rest his soul, was a lot better at that. No questions asked. He'd help anybody. I don't.
Color in your hair. You're an old man. Come down to Florida and die with all the rest of us. And I don't want to do that. There's Ann Gallagher.
They want him to die in Florida.
A friend from high school. These people are viciously attacking me for a reason. They want to see me fail. Roland wants to see me fail because he doesn't have the guts to compete with me.
Yeah, everybody's in their mom's basement except for Bert. He's in his dad's studio apartment.
QAnon bullcrap. What are you guys going to do with all your QAnon stuff in November when Trump gets reelected and none of your crap came true? And what I said 4 years ago is what actually happened. I said Trump will lose. They're going to steal this election from Trump. And then next year, he's going to win in a landslide. In 4 years, I said it. You can go look at my shows. You can go look at my posts in Facebook.
I'm going to have to find Bert's sisters.
I called it to a T. And I'm still calling it because they're going to try to put Trump in prison. And if they don't do that, they're going to do something worse to keep him from getting into office. If he were really the president of QAnon, none of this crap would be happening. Oh, it's just an act and everybody's wearing a mask and there's an actor playing everybody. Okay, you guys keep that up. Keep going with that story. I'm not going to do it. So, okay, hate me. Hate me.
Because I'm a
I just don't care anymore. But I love my audience. Those of you have been coming in and talking to me. I need a haircut so bad because I'm sorry I keep messing with my hair, but it's just a mess. I just can't. I'm not going to go spend $20 on a haircut. I got to get out of here at 11 o'clock tomorrow with me and my cat. We still don't know where we're going.
I got to get out of here tomorrow. Check out 11 o'clock. Me and my cat. Me and the old puss.
Y'all helped me get in this room for today, and we tried to spend all day long looking for something else, but my phone was blowing up with people, and the phone's the only thing I got to communicate with people, saying, oh my God, you got to see what they're saying, look what they're saying, and I'm like, I got to try to find a place to live, and the thing is I only made...
He couldn't find a place to live the same way he couldn't find a job because too many people text him.
Enough money last night from your donations, God bless you for it, to get through tonight. And I spent all day today trying to find other means, other ways. I found a job, okay, you guys? I'm going to work at a rocket company. I'm going to be doing inventory 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. They've already hired me because Dana runs the company.
Wait, he couldn't do that because his back hurts. He can't lift anything. Dana, his best friend for life, didn't realize that he can't lift anything ever.
It's $12 an hour. But she said, you got to get yourself a place to live and you got to get your car registered so you can get back and forth to the thing, and then we can get you started. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to work there, and I'm going to stay in some place wherever I can find until I get it back together, and I still am going to launch my podcast. I've never felt so hated in my life. The last time I had this much drama in my life was my wife stole my son from me and put me out of business and kicked me out of my house, and it was 32 years ago.
I've never been so hated. Welcome to the internet. Everybody hates you for no goddamn reason.
30 years ago. Yeah, 30 years ago. I've never seen so many so-called Christians celebrating the downfall of somebody who's come on here every night and try to give you guys the truth, criticizing me for the way I do my show.
They're excited because you're getting what you deserve. People get excited with karma. They're getting what you deserve. You're getting what you deserve. They get to watch because you keep broadcasting. I only got one sock. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's on my right foot. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday on my left foot.
Criticizing me for the, all you do is watch the news. You don't come up with any new intel. There is no new intel. I could lie to you. I've been coming on here and telling you my interpretation of what the news is reporting, and I've been right every time.
Yeah, because you're watching the news and they're just repeating it.
But you want me to make up a damn lie? Hey, I got new intel. Guess what? Everybody's going to lose their right thumb because of the shot. It's going to fall off in a year and a half. It's already been proven. Oh, my God. How am I going to operate life without my right thumb? Well, it depends. If you took the shot in your left arm, it's your left thumb that's going to fall off. I'd start that rumor, and there'd be thousands of people spreading it around.
You heard it here first.
And I'm worried about these people that are bad-mouthing me.
I was wondering why every time Bert might have taken the vax. Because every time I see Bert holding his cat, we never see his thumb. Let that sink in. Not the same way the cat let it sink in. That was a struggle. Let it sink in your mind metaphorically.
And they think that Donald Trump is still president. Of course, I think the world is flat, so what the heck are you going to do? Maybe we're all just a bunch of misfits. I want to thank the handful of folks, and God bless you, that sent me a Zelly last night. A Zell. I always say Zelly. It's ridiculous. They helped me out, and I was able to stay in this room. My little cat, for the first time since he's been in here, has actually relaxed and started kind of feeling comfortable.
The cat knew we got a donation, guys. We got a donation, and finally the cat was able to relax. Guys, the cat knows when people donate. The cat saw the alert. The cat's like, Bert got a Zelly. I'm going to take a nap. It's the first time my cat's been able to relax since we got here.
Well, of course, we got to leave in the morning. I desperately need your help. Right now, it won't do you any good if you go to my store and try to buy anything because I won't get the money in time for it to help me.
Can't even support me at the store. It won't help me. Not quick enough. I need Zellies. The cat needs Zellies. The cat relaxed because you stopped petting his dick, Bert. That is true. In some context, allegedly.
Never been attacked so viciously before by people who are supposed to be Christians. One of the Christian people that attacked me yesterday after I called.
You're supposed to be a Christian, Bert. Like, this is the pot, the kettle, and everything black that's ever existed in the world.
And complained, took down the thing, and just put up something simple. That same person was completely used and abused by Roland Cerna, and he uses other podcasters to make himself popular. And then once he gets popular enough that he thinks he's big enough, he don't need them, he throws them under the bus because he's got a very small little thing that he goes to the men's room with, and he's so insecure that he has to make other people look
okay.
Bad. He's got one of these little things right here, little sissy boy.
Can't believe that guy's supposed to be a Christian. He's got the tiniest dick. I can't believe this guy says he's supposed to be a Christian with that little old dick he's got.
Long story, however.
What are we doing?
Somebody said they haven't seen their son in 25 years. I haven't seen my son in 28 years. No, I think it's 25. I think he's 20. Yeah, it's 25 or 26 years. So anyway, well, guys, I'm going to get out.
Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? Bad dad right around the corner.
Out of here because I know this is not doing any good. I had to come on and address this with Roland Cerna jerk because he's blocking me and I can't confront him in person. So you tell him that I called him a coward, and you guys can tell him that he's a liar, and that those women. Oh, by the way, there's another guy. His name is Bo Sweeney, and he teamed up with Karen Roark and Kelly.
Hi, I'm Bo Sweeney, and I won the lottery and want to send you some money. How'd it go, Bert?
Because I kicked him out of my show because he was using my show to meet women. That's what he was doing. He's using my show to meet women, pretending like he was a big supporter of mine, kind of like Roland did. They're a perfect couple. They can all get together. The four of them can all get together and sit and tell lies to each other. But he told everybody in the room, we all got to get together, make some donations to help Bert get his studio finished. Let's start a money bomb right now. I'll start it off. And a bunch of people did. Half a dozen people or so put some money in. And one of them called him out and said, hey, Bo, where's yours? We don't see yours is in there yet. Where is it?
Okay.
He reached out to me privately. Bert, I don't know how to do that, man. I don't know how to use my credit card. I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah, call me tomorrow and walk me through how to put it through. I said, I'll have Dana do that. I don't handle the business part. She does. Next day, he screwed up her time. She had family in town, and she needed to get back to what she was doing. And he kept on her, I don't understand this. I don't know how you put it through. I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm just going to send y'all. I'm going to go and send it through, what do you call it?
Bert, is Judy your sister who doesn't have any contact with you?
I don't know. He's going to go to the store and send it through Western Union. Yeah, I'm a Western Union. She goes, don't do the Western Union, but Bert's going to have to go down and pick it up and just wait till tomorrow. We'll figure it out. And he never did it. And so
don't do Western Union. Bert might have to pick it up. Don't do that. Don't do that. Bert might have to move for the money.
the audience. You know, I'm sorry, you guys. That guy, Bo, never did what he said he was going to do, but thank you for the rest of you. Why did I do that? Because he spent all day aggravating both of us and then acting like he was such a big deal. But man, I made you a lot of money. Just because I can't send it, I made you a lot of money. Boy, if I hit the lottery, I'm going to come out there to Vegas and I'm going to help you build the greatest studio in the world. And I finally said, dude, I can't listen to you no more. I said, I can't listen to you no more. I said, stop chatting to people in my chat room and lose my phone number. So he texted me back, I'm going to screw your life up, buddy. You never should have did that to me. I said, okay, you screw my life up. Well, he joined up with the ladies, and now Roland's in the pile with all that bunch. And I'm looking forward to the day. Take me to court, ladies. If you got so...
God damn it. Look how quick this was. Q idiot found Bert's sister already. That's her? Well, I see the similarities. She's a bird lady.
Much damn evidence, take me to court. Oh, we filed a complaint. Yes, you did. And guess where it went? In the circular file. It's been over a year. I had my attorney reach out and say, well, we're not filing anything because we don't see anything illegal here. There isn't anything illegal. We started up a company that has yet to make any money, which happens all the time.
Oh, no. Does Legend think it's Zelly, too? I saw it said Legend, according to Google, it's pronounced Zell.
And we've had fiscal problems, and we've had startup problems, and because I'm the only one doing the work, and if I mess up something, got to start over, then...
Look, he was so close to saying it's my fault. We had startup problems, we had studio issues, we had financial issues. Because I'm the only one doing this work. It's my fault. If you're the only person, Bertrude, this is the bane of starting a small business and running it yourself and being the only person and everything. No matter what happens, it's your fault. You were so close. Because I'm the only person running this thing. Well, if something messes up, I have to start over.
Somebody's saying there's no sound. I have sound. No angry faces. Yeah, Marianne, you're right. Please no angry faces, because if you do that, it makes them do things like cut off the sound. So,
angry faces makes the sound cut off. You guys remember that?
Did I run a perfect company in the last 2 years? No. I didn't do a very good job. This is the first time I ever tried to be in the podcasting business. I did not know how to make a Panasonic camera, work with a Blackmagic mixer. I had to go on YouTube, and I had to study and take tutorials.
Oh, no.
And then start all over and then say, oh, wait a minute, we ordered the wrong camera. Well, that's okay. Keep that camera. We'll order some more. That's the kind of stuff I heard from these people, and that's what we did. And was it perfect? Absolutely not. We did it cheaper than we would have if we had hired a dozen people to come and work here and build it in 3 or 4 months, because we would spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we didn't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. We spent about $150,000. That's not hundreds. That's 800. Big difference.
Well, no, that's not 800 either. It's 150.
And we're not.
This guy spent $150,000 trying to set up a podcast studio. A lot of people recommend podcasting because you can start super simple.
And was it perfect? Absolutely not. We did it cheaper than we would have if we had hired a dozen people to come and work here and build it in 3 or 4 months, because we would have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we didn't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. We spent about $150,000. That's not hundreds. That's 800. Big difference. And we're not done. Just because I'm out on my ass right now does not mean that I'm not going to find somebody to help.
Was his studio at his house? Does anybody know that? So everything, I know he pawned everything, but the actual building, the place that he was at, did he lose that with the house, or is this like a, like office space or something?
Help, except Roland wants to make sure that he's the only one with a podcast, because he's scared to death of competition. He's scared to death to confront a man face to face. He's scared to death to do anything but run his pie hole on his little podcast to his 400 or 500 people that watches him. Coward.
Let me tell you right now. Let's say a company approaches me tomorrow called Big Dick TV, and they're like, we got to have you, bro. We got to have you. We're going to bring you on. We give you $5,000 per episode, but you got to spend $200,000 getting a studio together. That's a scam. Okay? That's a fucking scam. Where's the paperwork? Where's the guarantees? Where's the initial investment? What the fuck are you talking about?
So that's it. The rant's over.
It was at his house.
Disaster is looming.
Seems about
I
right.
appreciate y'all very much. If you're still able to Zelle anything, $20,
Zelly.
$50. Tomorrow I got to go find someplace to stay for the whole weekend. The hotel bill tonight was over $200. This is the last night I can stay here because tomorrow night the rates go to $350 or $400. So I got to go somewhere else. I'm trying to find someplace to rent a room, but because I've got this eviction, the professional places that you can stay will not let me in them. I don't have any friends that have an extra bedroom. I just don't. And please stop. I know you guys. I know you have kind hearts, and you're trying to say go to the VA, do this, do that. We've done all that. If there's any kind of thing that we can sign up for, we've already done. When I say we, Dana does this for me. She handles it for me. She spends hours a day,
Why wouldn't you're a grown ass man? Why wouldn't you sign up for any type of assistance or look for places? Why is someone else doing it?
Jeff says
He doesn't need to be homeless without a fucking job in Vegas. Leave the city.
Trump won, he never conceded. Brother, I don't care. It's like saying that you go to a NASCAR race and the guy that came in last doesn't admit he came in last. The race was stolen from him, Eric. He didn't win. They stole it. When you steal something, you don't have it anymore. They stole it, and the laws in our country allowed a thief to become president. I don't like it any more than you do, but that's what happened. And I'm not one of those guys that will say that the election was fair and square. I will never say that. I'm not one of those pundit people that say there's no evidence that it was stolen. Yes, there is. It was flat out stolen.
So his studio was in his living room. So any of the equipment he didn't pawn, he lost all whatever that was. So like if he built, a backdrop or desk or whatever, it's fucking locked up in the house, and he doesn't have the money to get it out. So he's about to forfeit all that too.
And we haven't fixed the problem. We didn't fix 2020, and there's a very good likelihood we're going to lose 2024. And I still maintain that Michelle Obama is going to be the one running, not this idiot that's in there now.
Yep, you've been right 100% of the time, Bert.
Biden's not going to be running. He'll be gone very soon.
He is. I haven't seen him in weeks.
All right, guys, I'm going to go. Again, if you're able to help.
Miss Press, can you not have the maid give Bert give the security guard down at the main entrance gate Bert's name so he can come by or something? It's getting old.
Please just Zelle it over to me. It's Albert Lynch. Go to Zelle and you can Albert Lynch, ALBERT LYNCH. You can also Venmo. It's my email address. It's Bert, BERT at BertLynch.com. And I'll take a couple of questions if you guys want to ask any questions. Biden is fake. We're watching a movie. John, I'm sorry. You've been conned. You're wrong. God bless you. But they lied to you. News is fake. Okay, I'm an idiot. I'm a liar. I'm a thief. And you believe that.
Oh, yeah, come see me and Phil if you get out later.
Everything that's going on in Washington is not really happening. And I'm concerning myself about what you think about me. There's got to be something wrong with me here. John's telling.
Imagine being so concerned with the president and you're fucking homeless. Someone just said that. Quit worrying about Trump and the election. Concentrate on your fucking problems. Yeah. This is when I tell people like, hey, you know what? Local elections matter so much more than your president ever will. Like to directly affect your life. Day in, day out, everything around you. Being able to sustain yourself is probably more important than telling people what you saw on the news today.
Me, I need to research, brother. Bro, that's all I've been doing for 2 years. I know more about this than you could possibly ever know.
Have you seen Phil yet? Yeah, they just had one queen size bed. We wanted 2 twins. Couldn't get it. 1 queen size bed. He's over. He's using it now.
I do it for 8 hours a day. But I'm sorry that you've been lied to. I'm sorry that you fell for this garbage. It's crap. Okay? It's crap. Jeff wants me to close with a prayer. Jeff, I'm not qualified to pray for other people. My way of praying is privately. I tell everybody at the end of my show, pray for me and I'll pray for you, and I will.
He's changed that stance. It brings in bigger donations.
Lee Anderson says, let's not be mean. That's all they've done is be mean. That's why I had to come on here tonight and fight back.
So someone's saying, Bert, don't be mean. He's like, it's all they've done has been mean. And all I'm doing is defending myself.
Like Donald Trump would. I'm gonna let y'all go. I love you. I hope I hear from you. If you can help out, great. You know, everybody will say Bert's over there begging for money. Go watch Alex Jones' show for an hour and see how many times he asks you to go to his store and buy something, and how many times he asks you to make a donation to keep him on the air so they can keep spreading the truth. And listen to him tell the story about he was completely out of.
That's so fucking. That's so slimy. By the way, make sure you guys check out coldbeer.fund, the only place you can see me erupting from a nice young Asian man's, as Atsuko would say, anal hole. You can use all the links on the left to send me a donation. All my links at the top tell you where I'm at. Twitch Kick. Oh, there's a new app out. I forgot to say this. Louis Rossman. I got to do a dramatic reading. You guys know who Louis Rossman is? Let's finish this and I'll tell you about it.
Business.
Just remind me when this is over.
Sent him $1 million in Bitcoin. He said, I don't know how I was going to pay the bills that week, and somebody donated Bitcoin and allowed us to use that in order to save our company. Well, I ask you to make a donation and to keep them on the air so they can keep spreading the truth. And listen to him tell the story about he was completely out of business until a donor sent him $1 million in Bitcoin. He said, I don't know how I was going to pay the bills that week, and somebody donated Bitcoin and allowed us to use that in order to save our company. Watch Alex Jones, who's been in business for 30 years. Watch Phil Godleski, who sells you multi-level marketing, and he takes the rants on Rumble rants. That's money. It's like a donation. That's all it is. And when he takes questions, he only
I
answers
think an anonymous donor sent $2 million to Alex Jones, I thought.
from people who send a Rumble rant. If somebody sends $25 Rumble rant, he'll answer the question. That's called commerce, okay? It's capitalism. There's nothing wrong with it. For you guys to bash me over it when I'm open about it and I'm not trying to trick you into it, get into something that you don't know if it works or not. And that Q thing didn't work for months. And people were in it. Now they say, some tell me that's working sometimes and it's not working sometimes. I said in the beginning, I didn't trust it, I didn't like it, I didn't want to do it. And I was right. If it's working now, great. But how many months did people pay $60 a month for something that wasn't working?
Oh my
The
goodness.
guy that sold it to you made $10 off of you. They made $6 off you and $4 off of whoever you sold it to. And you go, that's okay, because we got a product. Even the product didn't work, we got a product. Well, when you guys were buying stuff on my website, you were getting products. For a while there, people were buying stuff, but Facebook only allows me to have about 100 people watching me a night. Sometimes a lot less than that. And it's the same.
Facebook only allows me to have 40 people watching me a night.
I love all you guys. You guys know I'm right. And I can't expect 100 people to buy a CD every day. I need there to be thousands of people watching, and every day maybe sell 4 or 5 CDs.
Then you have to be interesting, bro. You have to do something else. This ain't cutting it. I don't know what to tell you. I don't need 42 people watching me. I need thousands. Do something different.
If I sell 5 CDs, I make $100. But if I only sell 5 CDs in a week, that's $100 a week. Do you guys want to punish me for trying to turn this into a business? That's what I was asked to do by the company, SNTV. We want to pay you a percentage of the advertising. They told me what they were going to
Yes, a lot. All he does is whine. Very accurate.
for the advertising. They put it in a contract. If they sold all 12 minutes of advertising, I was going to make $5,000 a day. My people, my investors, my partners, they're not just investors, they were partners, invested in that promise. That promise wasn't lived up to, not by me. We never got to the level we were asked to get to. And SNT never launched, waiting on that, and they still haven't. And when I ran out of money and couldn't get to the level, we're just holding. We're just going to hold till you get there. What am I going to do now? I have to go find more money so that me and my partners haven't wasted a year. And all of our money, their money and mine, I went broke. I got a piece of crap car. I've lost my house. All my music equipment is in a pawn shop. I pawned my stuff to stay afloat. And you guys think I'm some sort of con man? If I were a con man, I wouldn't be in this room in this hotel. I'd be sitting down there at a blackjack table. I'm out.
Con men play blackjack?
If you got a question, I'm going to answer them. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and go because I need to go do something to calm down. There are people that are hoping I die. I've heard multiple people tell me I should kill myself. My ex-manager. How are you? I just kill myself. I've had 3 people text me. Bert, I think you might be suicidal. Don't do it.
I'm sorry, that's never funny.
Because there's people out there that are going to celebrate if you're suicidal. If you decide to kill yourself, those people are going to have people call me up and encourage me. Be careful, Bert. You look really like desperate at this moment.
You do look pretty desperate.
Check your messages. That's from Jamie. I will. Anytime you guys tell me that there's a message that you sent, I promise you, you're going to get trolled. I tell everybody that all the time. They're going to say, whatever you do, don't help him. Don't help him. He's a piece of shit. Damn it. I promise I wouldn't swear. He's a piece of crap. Hilda, I appreciate y'all. I do. Folks, I'm going to go. Pray for me. I'll pray for you. I'm sorry I had to get on here and do this today, but they have relentlessly tore into me all day on multiple different threads that I can't even see because I'm using my phone. It is a mortal sin to kill yourself, and I plan to go to heaven. So I'm not going to kill myself. If I end up dead, I didn't do it. I have lost my family over this podcast because I was so dedicated to it and so absolutely convinced I was going to be successful. Absolutely convinced we could do this. Woke up every day believing that we were going to put it together and get it done. One investor away from sealing the deal. We would have started up at SNTV the 1st of January. But those people that are spreading this crap about me got to my investor and they pulled the plug. My new investor was just out of the country and couldn't get the money to me in time. It wasn't malicious. She wasn't trying to do anything.
His new investor was a Somali prince. And, you know, he was heir to the entire Somali empire of gold and riches. But his dad had been dethroned and they put him in jail over a simple processing order. And if you just send me $300 on a Google Play card, they accept this at this jail and they'll release me immediately and I'll be back to my gold and riches. Would this Prince of Somali lie to you, Bert? Get out of here.
And hurt me. She was just in a bind over there. And once I lost the house, she goes, there's nothing for me to invest in now.
Once I lost the house, they're like, what am I supposed to invest in?
Had a call from somebody said they were calling me today and interview me, but they were no show. I get a lot of that lately.
He's so... Look, I understand. Like, I used to get down, and the reason I quit completely discussing, like, my parents, I'm still not over it. Like, I'm struggling with that. My dad's birthday's coming up. But the last thing you want to do is go to somebody's show every night and them seem desperate. Like, it might work once, right? My house burned down. I don't have this. I don't have that. We need help. But you don't want to go every night and hear about how desperate they are. There's no way. Him to say, well, somebody was supposed to interview me tonight, but they never called. I don't know. Been getting a lot of that lately. People want me to kill myself. 3 people texted me today and said, I think you're going to kill yourself and people's going to be happy. My ex-manager, she stole everything from me. Wants me to die. Jesus Christ.
Kim Martin says, Bert, take care of yourself. I'm trying to get my husband to take me to the hospital. Hun, go to the hospital. If you need to go to the hospital, get out of there. Don't sit here and watch my show. Go take care of yourself. Oh, yeah. Somebody said you need shadow time. Some lady come on here today telling me, shame on you for torturing that poor cat. He's terrified. You should have given him away to a happy family somewhere.
Ain't that the truth? Uh-oh.
Small dick, but wait till you get home. She gonna be like, damn, shit, my God.
Steal his pop-in veneers. I'll try to sneak them out later. I wonder if he puts them in like some Fix-It-In or something. No, not Fix-It-In. What's the bubble stuff you put them in there in the glass? I don't know. I had to see.
And stop being so selfish. One of my friends tore into that person for me, and I think I went in there and deleted her. I'm not sure if I did or not.
That cat fucking hates you, bro. That's my baby. Thank you very much for the donation.
If you guys want to send me a private message, or if you guys want to reach me, you can just text me on my phone. 702-287-0411. I hand out business cards to strangers all the time. I might as well give you my phone number.
Wait a second. I thought we illegally doxed your phone number. What was that you just said?
If you guys want to send me a private message, or if you guys want to reach me, you can just text me on my phone. 702-287-0411. I hand out business cards to strangers all the time. I might as well give you my phone number. Text
Might as well give you my phone number.
me if you want to. Thank you to the ones that have been defending me. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Effordent.
A couple people out there that's been defending me. I'm not going to say who you are because then you'll get attacked. But you know who you are.
Occident.
Mary says you and Shadow both need each other. I agree with that. Hilda said there sure are some mean people out there. You're right, and there are. I've never seen anything like it. I
When Burr says celibate, he doesn't count cat pussy.
had less hassle from the secular community when I was rocking and rolling. Everybody loved me. Everybody that was out there like, man, Bert, we love to work with your band. We love hanging out with you. All the musicians were friends of mine. They'd come over to my house. We'd all hang out. I turned out for Trump, and I lost every single.
But let me guess. It wasn't your fault. Everybody loved me. And I was out here living in this secular world of sin. And everybody loved me. But then that changed. And now they don't love me so much.
Hopefully I'll see something from somebody tonight just because I need some money tomorrow to try to find a place to stay. I don't know where I'm going to stay yet.
I feel like the one thing you could do to lift up Bert to make sure he's not thinking about unaliving himself is text him and tell him how much you enjoy his show.
Folks, I can't go home to my family. They're 2,500 miles away. And I have no money
25,000 miles away.
to get there. And I can't abandon all the stuff I own in the house. I've got to go get it out, save it, put it in storage. And then I can think about going somewhere else and starting over somewhere else. And when I pay the storage unit for a few
Can't go to my family, folks. They're on the dark side of the moon.
months and then come back to Vegas, put it in a truck and take it to somewhere if I decide to go somewhere. But I ain't going nowhere where it's cold in the winter. I don't like it.
Yeah. Like, fuck, I was even, the way inflation is and shit, the dollar just isn't going as far. Hell, I even work. The as needed kind of deal. Like, it's part of it. And I've got 10 times the viewership you do, Bert.
And Gallagher says these people and their hate tearing families apart. It's true, it is. I've never been so depressed in my life as I am right now. I lost my son. I was depressed. I was this bad. When I got the word that they took my parental rights away from me. I collapsed on the ground. I couldn't get up off the floor. I was crying. My girlfriend at the time held me for, she said, for 3 hours. But I lay there just bawling. Couldn't even get up off the floor.
You couldn't move off the floor and you haven't seen your son in 28 years? That seems kind of strange. Like, you were so upset over losing rights to your son and you haven't seen him in 28 years? It seems like if me and Mariah ever got separated and she got full custody, that I would either not be that upset and not see my son for 28 years, or I'd be extremely upset and take every chance I could to see my son? What grounds did you lose any rights to see your son on?
It's true. I'm not ashamed of it. I didn't think I was ever going to see my son again, and I was right. I never saw him again. I fought for 5 years just to get custody. My wife.
Hey, I fully understand. Tragedy, but he hasn't had any. He did all this on his own. And sorry, I'm not a cold-blooded person. I am. I'm a lover. Me too. But he is a piece of shit. Worked hard all my life and never asked for a penny. He is such a joke. You lost everyone because of your begging and grifting. You said you don't want to see your family. What the hell? You're contradicting yourself for sure.
Man took a shot at me, and I put him in prison, and she still got custody. And Georgia man don't have any parental rights. I'm going to see my son again, and I was right. I never saw him again. I fought for 5 years just to get custody. My wife's boyfriend took a shot at me, and I put him in prison, and she still got custody. And Georgia man don't have any parental rights.
There's no man in Georgia that ever gets to see his son.
Somebody, I guess maybe Dana's helping me. Maybe she's in my room and she's responding to somebody because I keep saying Berglund, I'm not typing. So I guess Dana's watching the room and she has authority to do that. And sometimes she'll respond to you guys instead of me because she knows I'm trying to.
He had to have done something.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go eat. I haven't eaten all day. I'm gonna be out here at 11 o'clock in the morning. God bless you. I'll pray for y'all. Good night.
He'll pray for y'all. Y'all pray for him. That's my man Bert. Good guy. Good. Just a good guy. Okay? Just a good guy. Out here looking out for all these women that just want to molest Bert. Taking care of cats. Can't even take care of himself. Good dude. My buddy Bert. Thank you, Bert. We appreciate it. Let me tell you something real quick, because I think this is a big issue, and we'll probably talk about it some other time, like when we're on the main platforms like Twitch and shit. There's a guy named Louis Rossman. He's been a huge proponent of Right to Fix, that when you buy something, you ought to also have access to the manuals and the parts and whatever. This is a big deal with like farmers and tractors. It's a big deal with like new cars, right? You need right to repair. You should be able to, if you have the knowledge, you have the tools, you have the know-how, you ought to be able to get parts and schematic and know how stuff goes together. If I break my phone and I want to change my phone screen, a lot of people couldn't do that, but I can, and I can buy those parts either third party or from manufacturer, and I can do my own. He's been huge in that. Well, one thing he's been standing up against recently is follow the creator, not the platform. Follow the creator, not the platform. And when he's saying that, what he means is, like, people get banned off YouTube, people change platforms, I use different platforms, whatever. And he came and helped start this app. Hold on just a second. He came and helped start this app that's got a funder behind it, an investor, worth a lot of money, that is called the Gray J app. It's an app on your phone. And what you do is, if I sign up for Gray J, and I'm Cold Beer Confessional, and I sign up for Gray J, you open that app on your phone, and it doesn't matter if I'm on YouTube or Twitch or Rumble or whatever, you would see the video embedded or a link to the video, and you get alerts no matter where I'm at. If you subscribe, it's not like YouTube where like 10% of people get your alerts that are subscribed. They send those out and see how well it does. 100% of people that subscribe to me on Blue Jay will 100% of the time get alerts from the app that I'm live somewhere. It doesn't matter if I'm on YouTube or Rumble or Twitch or Kick or whatever, right? And he started that app. Well, YouTube didn't like that very much. So YouTube literally gave him 3 strikes back to back to back and banned his channel for violation of terms of service. Violated him for terms of service. Let's see, his YouTube app. YouTube wants, obviously they want to be the only person that's fucking hosting anybody, right? They want to be the monopoly in this platform. So check this out from the Hard Forum. Well, you heard it. Could be the end of YouTube for Lewis, but I doubt it. They're going to kick someone with that many subscribers, but they make him go to strike school to keep his channel. So this app we're talking about is something that they've been working on, where you can follow the creators you like regardless of what platform they're on, YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey. And oh, did that make YouTube especially mad? Adpocalypse going on. Edit, I just figured out, I'd throw it out there, but he's not completely kicked yet, but things are up in the air right now. A lot of sensationalism going on around it right now. Edit 2, here's the app if anyone wants it, the Gray J app. Here's Jeremy from the Quartering discussing it. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the Quartering, but here we go.
A new power.
We'll watch part of it. Oh, we need to go to his Twitter, don't we? I don't know if I ever spell his name right. What was that? What was his Twitter account just now? Hold on. It's finally time to put Futo philosophy into practice. Stop following platforms, just follow creators. Gray J from FUTO. Futo? Let you do it.
YouTube's virtual monopoly over video content and the messaging that can get out there to people by having authoritative algorithms.
I'll go to the rest of the stuff in just a second.
And as somebody who's 90% of their income still is relying on ad blockers, I understand why people use them. I hope that they go to coffeebrandcoffee.com and buy a bag of coffee, tea, or cocoa, or snacks using promo code The Quartering. Monopoly. It was called Gray J. It's not exactly super intuitive to use, but it is an app that was put together by Louis Rossmann, who did all the development. I mean, his company did all the development and released it. In a lot of ways, it was like a sequel to YouTube Advanced. I'm going to talk about why the app is revolutionary, why I think it's cool. I'm going to remind people I'm not paid by them. In fact, I'm losing money by talking about it. So buy some coffee, dang it. Promo code The Quartering. Coffeebrandcoffee.com. That said,
I used to watch Louis Rossmann on the Right to Repair stuff. He actually raised enough money to hire a lobbyist to start fighting like John Deere in places that we understand tractors are getting more complicated. We understand cars are getting more complicated. But the software, the equipment, the tools that are proprietary, and the parts need to be there just in case I do want to tackle it. Will most people fix their own tractor? Probably not. If it's a brand new tractor with all these computer system stuff, is there a market for that to where it's shops or somebody can do it at home? There should be. They're locking it down to where they don't want you to work on it. It's the same way people complain about cars all the time. They don't want you to be able to work on your car. Ever.
YouTube has now manually reviewed his channel and given him...
They don't want you to be able to take it to the shop down the road. They want it to go to the dealership every time.
Numerous strikes for just talking about this app. They targeted him, issued him multiple manual strikes
for talking about the app.
That right there, well, I hope will get you to leave a like on the video and leave a comment and get out there and share it, because this is, I mean, it seems like an antitrust thing. Right? So I've spoken to Louis through a friend, and he said, actually, this is from Louis, quote, I made 2 videos on a system that allows creators to take control of their identity and ensure against the loss of their audience in case that creator were removed from the platform.
So basically, this would eliminate the power that YouTube has over people for like, it wouldn't help with like their ad revenue or their adpocalypse and that. But like if YouTube wanted to ban you for something you said, who gives a fuck if you've got a backup channel plus you got Rumble and they'll still get it on the app. The biggest thing with YouTube is so many people are on there to discover new videos. That's why I started broadcasting YouTube again. There's so many people there to discover it and to find you. And YouTube doesn't want you getting those people to watch you and then saying, hey, come over to Kick or come over to here or come over to that. This puts it all in one place.
This video is no longer available. If you visit the URL for that video, you can see why I did not delete it. So he had done several videos about this app through a company called Futo. Now, again, don't get lost in all the technicalities I'm talking about. The big thing is here, a YouTuber who fights for right to repair, who gave, first of all, users the ability to subscribe to people and not platforms, has now been persecuted and given multiple strikes, essentially one hair away from being banned because they developed an app. That is why. So when I use the app, for example, Gray J it's called, I just put in the creator I like. And as a creator, I've already created. So as creators can create platforms, can create like this trusted name. Essentially, as a creator, I go in and say, hey, I'm The Quartering, okay? Here are all my channels. I'm on Odyssey, I'm on Rumble, I'm on YouTube, I'm on BitChute, I'm even on my own website, right? You can watch my videos however you want through this app. I don't care, okay? Now, if I get banned off YouTube, the people...
It sounds like a cool app,
They can just click a button and make sure they still get my videos every single day without, even if I got banned by YouTube. When somebody gets banned from YouTube or all this kind of stuff, it becomes extremely difficult to find them, right? If I got banned from YouTube, only a tiny shred of my actual viewers would take the time to come watch me on Rumble. I'm not mad about it. That's the reality. And YouTube knows this. So you are not subscribing to me when you click that subscribe button on YouTube. You are subscribing to YouTube. So what this app did was give people the power to say, I want to subscribe to The Quartering. I really don't care where his videos come from. Okay, I'll watch his videos from Odyssey. I'll watch them from Rumble. It doesn't matter. That way, if Rumble suddenly bans me, they can just click a box and say, oh, give me his videos from Odyssey. If Odyssey banned me, they can click a box and say, give me his videos from BitChute. If BitChute bans me, they can click a box and say, give me his videos from the cloud that he himself hosts. Right? That is why they're scared. Okay, I hope that this is so important that I hope that I'm being clear about how big of a deal.
Sounds like a huge deal.
it gives the
I don't know if you understand how big a deal this is, but he just talked about another app and got manual strikes placed on his account because YouTube doesn't want to lose the monopoly they got on it. We'll cover this more in depth later. But I like Louis Rossman. The app sounds really cool because I know a lot of times people are like, I didn't know you were live, or I didn't know you were here. I didn't know you were there. The app sounds cool, but I can't believe they're out here striking people for literally talking about an app. They claimed that, I saw a clip of him. Is there a more recent video the quartering did? Hold on. About it. They claimed it's because he violated some type of terms of service shit by not, here it is.
Wow, this story is insane. Many of you.
This is the most recent update.
Epic work in right to repair, which empowers individuals to be able to fix their own devices rather than having to pay the companies absorbent fees. In fact, he's had several law changes. He also is apparently now being forced to take on YouTube. And I just want to say unequivocally, I stand next to him in solidarity. He has, a few months ago, you may have noticed that he had developed an app called GrayJ, which he told people about, and YouTube subsequently removed his videos talking about it. So let's make sure the Streisand effect happens, and leave a like on this video and you share it. What is GrayJ? Well, pretty simple. It's an app for your phone that allows you to subscribe to creators, not platforms. It's an awesome idea. And a lot of creators don't promote it because it may or may not remove ads from videos. I don't care about that. I care about being able to reach my viewers.
So if you mention it, it might even take the ads off your videos.
I'm very
This is
fortunate
crazy.
the size that I am, where I can have other ways to monetize. Heck, even today, by the way, is the last day I have a coffee company, and it's not some dropship in time for Valentine's. Hot cocoa using real cacao, like that combination. We have hundreds, maybe thousands of combinations you can build with just build your own box. You can support me that way, and it works.
There we go.
So this app comes out. I use it all the time. It's awesome. So let's say I want to watch Louis Rossman, or I want to watch
I'm gonna download this app and check it out.
pilot reviews or plane reviews or whatever, Mad Season Show or something like that. But they're available on multiple platforms. Well, this app lets me choose which platform I actually want to watch the videos from that particular creator from. So people can watch my videos on Rumble. They have an app on their phone that can say, oh, I upload some videos to Rumble, some to YouTube, maybe it's different. They can get access to everything in one place. It's an absolutely amazing app. And YouTube doesn't like it because it eats into their monopoly.
So look, it's got Nebula, Kick, PeerTube, YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey. It's got Patreon.
YouTube has...
It's got all the video platforms.
Places like Rumble, up and coming. When you talk about streaming...
You have to download the APK, I think. So you'd put in GrayJ APK, and then you have to the setting turn on your phone that allows you to get apps from anonymous sources.
Platforms, places like Kick, hanging in there. Twitch obviously is a competitor, but getting weaker. There's Odyssey, there's BitChute, there's Nebula, there's Subscribestar, there's PeerTube. There's so many other places that people can watch content, and maybe creators or viewers just want to make sure they always see Jeremy's videos from the quartering. YouTube bans me. You don't notice anything different. You still see my videos.
So this would be one app you could use to no matter where I was live at, you could always see my videos if that's something you wanted to do.
Hold them to my own hosting space, and I can serve them up to you that way. All right. So all of this is why YouTube has chosen to go to war with him. And I want to share a little bit of. He talks fast already, so I won't want to double skip it. But YouTube has now decided,
here's his video,
essentially, to threaten him with, I assume, some legal op. This is a guy that does nothing but good. I'm sorry. That fights for the little guys' right to repair things all the time, right? Fights for your rights, and YouTube doesn't like that.
YouTube terms of service violation. To whom it may concern, we recently became aware of your product or service, Redacted, which is being offered at redacted.app. Your client appears to be in violation of the YouTube API services terms of service and developer policies.
Now, this is the YouTube API is how you pull in video content, okay? We know that YouTube doesn't like to play nice. In fact, they have banned Rumble from doing it. So a lot of your favorite...
So Rumble used to have a thing to where you could check, like log into your YouTube channel on Rumble, and after you post your YouTube videos, it would pull them over to Rumble automatically. That's how all my Rumble videos got there, basically.
Creators, you may have noticed that their videos stopped syncing on Rumble. That wasn't because Rumble didn't want that. YouTube didn't like that too many people were choosing to watch videos on Rumble, so they removed their option. That's what YouTube does. That's what monopolies do. That's why this is important.
Including API client terms of use and privacy policies. API clients must display a link to YouTube terms of service. They must also state in their terms of use that by using these API clients, users are agreeing to be bound by the YouTube terms of service. Each API client must require users to agree to a privacy policy before users can access the API client's features and functionality. The privacy policy must be prominently displayed and easily accessible to users at all times. Notify users that the API client uses YouTube API services. Clearly and comprehensively explain how the API client uses, processes, and shares the user information.
He's just reading all the things they claim he did wrong.
In section 3A2E, including information shared with either internal or external parties. Disclose if it does so that the API client stores or accesses or allows third parties to do so. Information
This is a lot of techno speak for saying, hey, your app pulls in videos from our platform, and we don't like that.
directly on or from users' devices.
They're basically saying, like, you have to have this waiver, that you have to have a privacy policy, and say this waiver that said that you're agreeing to terms of service, and you didn't post this, you didn't post their terms of service, you didn't post none of this.
If the API client accesses a user's authorized data, explain that in addition to the API client content without YouTube's prior written approval. Make content available for offline playback, or use any aspect of YouTube API services to facilitate or promote copyright infringement video components of
name. He won't even say the name of it.
All right. That said, APIs
I want to see where he talks about it.
Extremely, trying to be extreme bullies for people daring to take control and actually subscribe to creators and not platforms. See, when you subscribe to the quartering on YouTube, or you follow the quartering on Rumble or Odyssey or BitChute, you're not actually subscribing to me. You're subscribing to those platforms.
Wait, Jay.
Hoping, praying that they actually serve you the videos you've asked for. Now, we know that places like YouTube, for example, doesn't do that. How do I know? I have 1.5 million subscribers, and I never get 1.5 million views. I don't get 1.5 million in-person people out of 1.5 million subscriber base. People will even watch more narrative approved. I want to see this person's content.
Welcome to View the Source. And when it comes to data that is or isn't stored, you're welcome to view the source code of the application yourself to see what is stored or collected on users. Hint, it's
So it's open source. So if you think you're actually worried about data, it's open source. You can see all the data that they would ever get, but they don't.
nothing. Like nothing. It's just more than you can say for any of Google software where the source code is not made available. You've had the FTC and Department of Justice so far in your business over the past 2 years, they probably know the schedule on which Sundar Pichai takes a crap. And your idea of how lawyers should be spending their time is going after companies creating applications that try to remove the friction from users that wish to use platforms other than yours. Its sister application also seeks to give users back control over their identity, something that both YouTube and Twitch have made it very obvious over the years they have no problem taking away from you, and not
Yeah, by the way, I use both apps.
giving you any option to appeal in spite of having over 90% market share. Do you understand what the term monopoly means? Do you understand what the term antitrust means? Do you understand that having your lawyers spend their time going after companies
YouTube's already got a lot of issues with potential monopoly and antitrust laws.
that are creating applications that seek to remove the friction involved in utilizing other platforms might not be the best use of their time right now. It doesn't seem like you learned, but I can't blame you for not learning because up until now, nobody has taken the time to teach you. Allow me the privilege. This organization was founded by a billionaire, and this organization has me as a director. I've gotten 4 laws passed on.
Organization was founded by a billionaire. He's the director of the organization. They've already got 4 laws passed in right to repair.
Right to repair in 3 states over the past 2 years with less than $1 million. Do you want to see what I can do when I have an additional 3 zeros on my budget? Because I think it would be a lot of fun. At the end of the day, I don't believe my career will be defined by staying up until 4 in the morning, huffing solder fumes, trying to find PM Sleep S4L on a motherboard that had liquid spilled on it. I believe it's going to be sticking a twig in the eye of a bully when they are attacking somebody. And I find you to be a bully. Whether sending this letter that for some reason you believe is going to 3
So he's basically threatening YouTube to fix this.
college dorm room that it is going to go away and be scared because you sent it, or because you tried to remove our entire industry from Google AdWords the moment that you start getting your own authorized repair shops to fix your device. You think I'm a
You want to go back? He's going back to reference right to.
So there you go, Louis Rossman. I'm glad he's standing up to him. I wanted to see how this turns out. All right, we've got to talk about the haters now. If you don't want to hear about the haters, you can leave. That's fine. But it's time for one of our patented dramatic readings. There's a screenshot shared, forwarded from Lisa C. And it's Ryan. It says, Jesus fucking Christ. I would love to line up every single dumbass that believes vaccines cause autism and punch them right in the jugular. How is it 2024? We have unlimited access to the World Wide Web and dumb motherfuckers are incapable of research. The doctor that started this vaccines equals autism was discredited, humiliated, and shamed for his unfounded research into this theory many years ago. There's no excuse for blatant ignorance anymore. They share this and says, this is Will's wife. This is what Will's wife thinks about autism and vaccines. That was responded to by 76 Vibes. She says, she sure sounds intelligent and classy. Then we get Ghana Harry's. You stupid piece of poop. Bring your fucking ass to North Ga. And I just hope you try and punch this mama of a proven vaccine-injured child. You have no fucking clue what WTH we have been through, you stupid, ignorant puke. Oh, and by the actual fucking way, shut the fuck up. Ghana Harry's. Will's piece of shit wife. She's a stupid bitch. Ghana Harry's. I love to see her walking on the side of the road. I don't even know what that means. Going to Carter breakdown? What does that even mean? I love to see her walking on the side of the road. Well, Ghana Harry's. I hope that your car works exceptionally well. I hope it never even needs maintenance. Killing them with kindness. Next. Phil is teaming up with Will Bird now, trashing the Ari products. Check Phil's announcement page. This is defamation and libel from I Need to Pair. Kristen, Will finally got his payoff. Wonder how much it took. Oliver's mom. Yes, another round of Telegram musical chairs. Stay tuned for next week's episode of Who is Aligned with Who. Sarah. Scumbag. I Need to Pair. Responding to Oliver's mom. Thanks. I see your true colors shining through. Alyssa, I hate this. At least people are getting something for their money, unlike all those gold co-investors that lost thousands. Makes Phil look bad. So at least people are getting essential oils that claim to cure autism. They don't work, but at least they're getting something, right? At least you got something in a bottle. Lisa C. Will is being fed all this bull BS from Alessandro, who is Nick's disgruntled former employee. And now Phildo loves Wildo. He leagues. But buddies, I'm honestly not surprised. M. Lynn, that's why Phil isn't melting down right now. Will said something bad about Phil's arch enemy. He's on cloud nine. He had nothing to slam Nick. I thought this was going to I thought this was the end of Phil. There would be no Phil after this. But you're saying I cheered him up so he continues. I single-handedly kept it together. He had nothing to slam Nick for something he's going after, something good that can help people. Phil has never done something good for people. He buys affection from family and steals from the elderly. Yeah, that's what I said. Leanne. Must have bought that foul mouth off. Something is sus in here. You're way too old to say sus, Leanne. Way too old. Wendy. Of course they would. RE products are for helping others. Phyllis wouldn't understand that. Helping others have less money in their bank account. Tricia plus last name. I find Will Bird repulsive. He's the most disgusting mouthed on the internet. Watched him a few times, but seen him as dumb, loudmouth idiot who thinks he's a king of knowledge. He hates Trump, and that was the final straw. Showed me he's a stupid man. Talk about grifter. This scum takes the cake. He actually nearly begs, then demands his followers pay his bills. Okay, guys, my light bill is due on the 21st of each month, okay? That means we have 10 days, and somebody's going to fucking pay it. You understand me? Talks about his wife like she's his hoe who sucks his thing every night and day. Well, I don't want to brag. But yes, that's all 100% accurate. There's no exaggeration. Who talks about your lady like this? Oh, disgusting pig! Treats Derek Johnson like Derek is stupid, but actually Will is the dumb hillbilly here. I'm Bo Sweeney, and I want to give you some money, or whatever the fuck Bert said about Bo. Bo commented in here, by the way. Thanks for commenting. I appreciate it. He believes in nothing in the movement. Yeah, I think I made that clear. That says everything about this scumbag, because only God's people will awaken. By the way, all these people over there that now have to, the only way they can come at me is now they have to team up and pretend like they're Q-tards. They all denied it. They all don't believe it. They never believed it. They used to cuss people out for believing it. But now the only friends they have left are these indoctrinated fucking Trump worshiping pieces of shit. So they have to get on the same team. Makes me giggle inside. Demons only get woke or stay in their stupidity. I think the bottom line here with Will and the Phil Nick saga, Will was feeling quite jealous because Nick was getting the attention in large numbers, something Will is never getting. By the way, go watch the movie. Makes me so jealous. And Will had to try and show his, I'll get this story back in my corner attitude, jealousy, plain and simple. Will can't keep everyone because the truth is he's gross. Guilty as charged. I'll be the Sodom to your Gomorrah. Catherine, they're failing to mention that RE website and commercial never state it can treat or cure autism. Actually, it does. Treatment would be the mitigation of symptoms from the disease. That's the reason he should be classified as a drug. There was a post earlier that I shared where Nick said that he's removing the heavy metals from the vaccines that cause the autism in kids and return them to normal. If he's returning them to normal by removing the heavy metals, and heavy metals cause autism, right? Heavy metals cause autism. I'm removing the heavy metals. What does he mean by normal? And what would be the opposite of his normal? The normal would be non-autistic, and the non-normal would be autistic. That's a direct claim to fix, cure, and treat autism. Apparently, you haven't read the website, Catherine. Fancy that. Will Bird is too. What a coin key dink. What a coin key dink. This is because someone said, nope, even though he's at the Super Bowl, talking about Phil's at the Super Bowl. Fancy that. Will Bird is too. What a coin key dink. And buying more people to defend him, says Brittany Green. Wendy says, Will can't afford to pay his bills. How can he afford to go to the Super Bowl? David H. Potts, Phil's paying for him. I knew this would catch on. I knew this would catch on. By defending Phil, though. Wendy, I wonder if they have a written contract or if Will just wanted Super Bowl tickets. Little bit of this, little bit of that. You know. Agee says, 100%. I think about this all the time. Catherine, again. Golly gee, I can't begin to imagine who his new generous, magnanimous buddy could possibly be. %. I think about this all the time. Buddy could be David H. Potts. Who knows? Don't really care about either of them. Wendy, can't wait to see what Will has to say if the Super Bowl tickets were what Phyllis used to bribe him and the Super Bowl is over. Can't wait to see what Will has to say if the Super Bowl tickets were what Phyllis used to bribe him and the Super Bowl is over. I still got to watch it. Just because it ends doesn't erase it in my... I don't have amnesia when the fucking whistle blows. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I still get to watch the whole thing. Hold on. PG is already crowing about CBC's live last night, and he hasn't even watched it yet. If you haven't seen what Phil does, this is the third time he's done it to me, and why wouldn't he? Every time he does it, you guys do the same thing. When he got a screenshot from Katie J that Jess had sent Pebbles, he convinced you all that Pebbles was working with him. 3 times I've called out people that I don't like that also have an issue with Phil. All 3 times he fucking covers me in praise and posts a video and talks about how I'm pretty funny and whatever. All 3 times y'all jumped as soon as he said, "Come here, puppy." You over there begging for a dog treat. Phil can play you like a goddamn fiddle. You got just because that's all you think. Feel bad. Oh my God. All day long. Feel bad. 24 hours a day. Pull up to the drive-thru and they're like, what can I get for you today? Feel bad burger. Feel bad drink. Feel bad. They messed up your order. God damn it, Phil. Phil did this. Phil was in the restaurant. Phil's working with McDonald's. Phil's at the window. Phil stole my credit card information. Fucking retards. Seems Phil appreciates CBC, doesn't it? He will like him today. I'm not sure why CBC flipped and was practically defending him. Please explain to me which fuck Phil defended him. Patriot Pooch. What did Will say on there about Nick? I stopped watching. His voice grates on me. Like Tony the Tiger. He posted some previous comments from Nick.
But wait till you get home. She gonna be like, damn, shit, my God.
Get you something at the concession stands tomorrow. 5-6. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you. It's popcorn day, I heard. I'm gonna pop my popcorn and wait for everything to go down. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a huge Swiftie. He posted some previous comments from Nick prior to Nick knowing the truth about PG. Yeah, the comment said, have you seen 15-year-olds nowadays? That was a good comment. Phil and Will seem to think the FDA needs to approve essential oils. Wrong again, Nick. God damn, do you even see my post? Also, the FDA doesn't allow it. It's a supplement outside of the FDA regulation and cannot be claimed to cure, treat, mitigate, the word Nick uses all over his posts and websites, the disease or symptoms of the disease, because then it would have to fall under a drug. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You were this close, Nick. You were this close. That's his new defense of Ari. The FDA doesn't require registration for distilled essential oils. Yeah, that's what I said. The fact that these two butt buddies who once hated each other are now teaming up to defame me shows how powerful my feeling. Stop using pH for everything. I don't know if you think this is a jab at Phil. Phil is a narcissist. He loves that you put pH in front of everything. Why are you feeding it? I don't know why this fucking cat won't go away as you open up a 6-pack of Fancy Feast and pour it in a bowl. Oh, why it won't come away? I don't know why. Just shows how powerful my film was. How broke Will is, and how out of control Phildo is because I've called out his grift and lies with surgical precision. Don't fuck around with good line films unless you want to find out. Also, 2 to 5 drops per foot. The parents who use more than the dose recommendations had their kids develop a rash. This is with all essential oils. Too much of it will cause a skin irritation. That kept them up screaming for 12 hours. I have to say, for the record, seeing how triggered they become has been the greatest joy of this year so far. 2024 for the win. That was my statement. You just repackaged it. Yeah, I saw Phil posted those in his announcement channel this morning. It seems to me from CBC channel that people are leaning towards Phil's side in this. Does anyone else feel this way? Do any of you guys in here support Phil in his case against the Scranton Times, in his actions in 2010, in his actions currently, in his show, in his grift, in his businesses? Does anybody here support Phil? Patriot Pooh. The ones who stayed are on PG's side, but I think a lot of people left. You're right. A lot of people left my Telegram channel last night. A lot of people. You wouldn't believe. This is my face this morning when I woke up. 2 people left. And I was like, holy, 2 people left. Get your asses back over here. Hurt because Nick's doing a much better job taking down Phil, and Nick is the new audience. Yeah, I saw where he surrendered himself today. Just shut down. Said, I'm done. Nick exposed me, And it is over. I saw it. I remember now. Left CBC, question mark? Yeah. And why is Will posting those now? Because he's jealous that Nick made the film and got the attention. So now Will is bashing Nick. Sickening. It's true. Yes, left the live. I had more people at the end of the live than I did the first hour into the live. Where the fuck they went, but they came back. Comments are tearing Oliver's mom apart again, too. CBC's mask fall off. They always show their true colors. Let's hope others will see them for who they are and leave. Here's who I am. Fuck Phil and fuck Nick, too. There's my mask. It slipped. It slipped. I'm sick of all the OM bashing. We need to get a life too. Subscribers should unsub. It was hard to watch. It was surprising because CBC is normally against PG. And still am. I actually thought he would be talking about everything that happened yesterday. The flyover and the billboards. I would love to cover Phil's little manic rage. But you guys just keep drawing me back in. Have you not heard him say many times that if Phil gave him a couple 100,000, he'd stop talking about him? It's more than that. I think I have a number. I'm not going to lie to you. Would you rather me be honest or not? There is a certain amount of a number. There's a certain amount of money. I don't know what the number is. I couldn't, if you asked me, like, what's your number? I couldn't tell you. But I know there's a certain amount of money because I'm a fucking human. Life-changing money. If someone said, hey, could you just stop covering me? Okay. It'd have to be a lot. But can you just stop covering me forever? Okay. Bye. I'll cover somebody else. See you, buddy. Don't tell me you wouldn't. And 99.999999% of people would say, oh, yeah, $100 billion? Sure. Or maybe it's $100,000. I don't know what position you're in and what would change your life. But if you came into my chat and said, Will, I'm never watching you again. Somebody gave me a life-changing amount of money to never watch you again. You think I would be mad? You think I'd be like, you fucking sell out, God damn it! Get back in here! Send the money back! I might even play this for you. Bye. I hope it does you well. I hope you fix everything. You don't want to ask me about, I have no attachment to animals. You don't want to hear my animal story. I would wish you well, guys. I honestly would wish, and I would hope that you wish me well. If I came in here and I was like, look, my life has been changed by a sum of money, a gigantic sum of money. My kids are going to college. I've fucking bought a house. I can retire. Everything's taken care of. I'll never have to worry about money again. And all I had to do was be quiet about a certain topic. I would hope that you would wish me well. We'll still go make videos. We'll laugh. We'll talk about other things. I will never, no one, short of some type of crazy something that comes out, right? No one is going to make a video that Phil just says, that's it, I'm done. You guys called me out. I'm shutting her down and refunding everybody's money. Bye. All I can do is bring awareness to it. My videos already exist. All the research already exists. Everything's already out there. So if someone comes to me and says, hey, here's fucking, I don't know, $10 million. You expect me to say, nope, I'm going to do a show every night and talk about the same things over and over again, and any new scams you come up with, fuck out of here. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to your fucking self if that you say there's no number on this planet. You're lying to your fucking self. I'm not talking about, oh, Phil paid me money to say he was a good guy. I'm not up here saying he was a good guy. I'm not talking about somebody saying, oh, you have to start believing the same way I do. You have to promote QAnon. You have to say that all that stuff that happened in 2010 wasn't real. You have to support my new grift. You have to help me sign up people for 7K. I'm not doing that. But if someone just said, don't talk about something, get the fuck out of here. Yes, I have heard him say that. Do you think it happened? CBC is in with the what? Monkeys. He rubs me the wrong way. Can't listen to him much. I never heard him say that, but it wouldn't surprise me. He seems kind of slimy to me. Double they ask for taxes, thank you. At least 40, 50%, something like that. I don't know. I honestly don't watch him. He's a Trump-hating, God-hating man, it seems. I don't know why you even put Trump-hating God. Aren't they the same person? He is scared of Fildo. Fildo threatened him with a lawsuit and CBC backed right down. Like most others, that's why he has been able to continue for so long. Until Nick, that is. You guys remember when Phil threatened me with a lawsuit 7 times? There's 2 things going in my favor. I research everything I say, everything I ask, I already know the answer to. I already know what's going on, and I cover things very judicially. And 2, what would Phil get from me? I'm not running a multi-million-dollar enterprise. What's he going to get from me? He spends hundreds of thousands of dollars to take me to court. What am I going to give him in return? You can't get blood from a turnip, motherfuckers. Will's a whiny toe rag. Yep, Will is jealous because he didn't have the balls to stand up to Fildo when he threatened him. Nick did. Where is this? Where? Where is this? Where's this threat? Where I was like, oh, I guess I gotta retract everything, guys. I'm sorry, and I would like to make a professional apology to my family. I'd like to announce that I'm going to Disney World, and also I did not have sex with that woman. Where? Will is a whiny pussy they don't know. Look, you know how Phil's a narcissist? Phil's like a narcissist on level 10, but I think everybody that comes out and makes content for a living or whatever is probably a little bit of a narcissist, or you wouldn't be putting your shit out there. Phil's like a narcissist on like a level 10 or 11. I'm like a 6. Please keep talking about me. There's no such thing as bad press. Please keep talking about me. This is the point. Good, bad, left, right. Say my name, bitch! Will is a whiny pussy who doesn't have the balls to stand up to Phil Tifo. When he threatened him with legal action, Nick had the swingers to tell Phil Tifo to go fuck yourself. Is that right? Don't I have, where's, I don't know if I still have that. Do I still have the post office video where I was like, oh, day 3, no video or no lawsuit? I can tell you've never watched my content because you don't know who the fuck I am. Phil threatened me when he was threatening the Rolling Stones. Phil threatened me when he was threatening the Daily Where the fuck were you at? I've got people lining up in my inbox saying they were trying to tell Nick all this shit that happened with Phil 2 goddamn years ago. A year and a half ago. A year ago. And Nick was banning them from his chat. I don't know if you guys know this, but this is my fucking world, and I allow you to live in it. I am the internet, goddammit. Yep, definitely doesn't like Trump. I stopped listening when I realized that. I listened for the Fildo comments anyways. That's where he got a lot of his followers, I believe. So now that he seems to love Fildo, he will lose them. I had to look up Torag. Or if CBCC continues on with Nick, Phil will have his sheep over there watching. I'm sure they're going to love the content. They're going to love it. But how will Phil's cult react to Will saying GD nonstop? God damn it. Why'd you have to bring this up, Bride of Valentine? The Will saying GD nonstop and there's no tunnel babies and calling them Q-tards. Well, they're either here or they won't. You don't know how many people. If I was out here for the fucking audience, how many people have I fucking ran off with their tunnel baby bullshit? With their Joe Biden's a clone bullshit? Get the fuck out of here. That's exactly right. I find this all ironic. You have covered Phil since the beginning in a very logical manner, but then here comes a so-called filmmaker, and all of a sudden he uncovered all this secret stuff. Boom, took him down. I heard Phil retired today. He hung up his mouse. He hung up his mouse. Done. Over. Retirement. Uh-oh. That's how I never understand how people who used to follow Phil would watch him. He's against everything they believe. Everything. Some of you guys in chat are recovering Phil followers. Now, you don't have to out yourself. But how would any of you ever watch me? It's almost like you realize you're getting scammed. And nothing's happening. You don't have to have the same political evolution I've had. I feel like I'm kind of jaded from all the shit I've seen on the internet. And I don't expect anybody to have the exact same beliefs I do. That's fine. But you can't fucking fall back on it wasn't a scam. It's been a scam from the start. He simply questioned how, this is the one person that takes up for me. And all he gets out of him is, the timing. He simply questioned how Nick posted a 25-year-old is not mature. Have you seen a 15-year-olds today? Phil isn't pedoing. Isn't pedoing now. When asked about the text, Nick said, 2 sides to every story. Will hates Melon, and I'm sure it bleeds over to anyone he associates with. Melon explained on Phil Godlewski is a creep channel. Will is taking up for his mouthy woman. He's just obnoxious. And the only times that I ever watched him is while he's explaining court documents. Then I don't have to read them myself. Guess I'll go back to reading them myself. Don't need his crap. Poof, there goes his channel. Hate views. I love them. Which one of you's got a 5-hour interview with Phil where you caught him in several hundred lies and then showed the whole world? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. I'll wait. In a matter of 3 days, Nick flipped. Will has been consistent. He didn't defend Phil. Only question Nick. This is probably the only person here that watched the show. I literally said, don't get me wrong, fuck Phil, but what's going on here? I'm not agreeing with Phil, but what's going on here? I'm not supporting Phil, but what's going on here? Question is, why immediately after the movie? Also in the video. I didn't want to discourage viewership of the movie. I still think you should go watch the movie. It's a good movie. Go watch it. Check it out. Download it. Share it. But once it was out, I have some questions. Those messages are there a while. We all know why Will is afraid he will have no content when Phyllis is gone. Plus, he was always hoping he'd get a payoff from Phyllis to shut up. He was always saying he'd shut up if he paid him. He was also giving him tips and advice, etc. He's a sellout. Again, they think this movie is going to make Phil leave the internet. You did it. You got him. I'd hate to break up this Christian gathering over here. This is basically like a fucking Methodist church. True. Forgot about the mouthy part. Me too. Oh, me too. I'm glad I did, and I will reserve it for those deserving of the title, like old Fat Phil, the current king of all toe rags. Okay. Oh, true. So they take me making fun of Phil's streaming problems as me giving him tips. And he must have paid me for those. Nick has explained this already. Again, you can't explain it by saying, I didn't realize how bad it was. It doesn't matter how bad it is. He said 25-year-olds, it's not his fault, right? It's not his fault. There's a lot of flexibility here. Have you seen 15-year-olds nowadays? Just that. Have you seen 15? Imagine Nick Alvear with his mane flowing in the wind shows up to your house to take your 15-year-old daughter on a trip. And you say, hey, be careful with my daughter. She's 15. And he responds, have you seen 15-year-olds these days? Your daughter going on that trip? Or are you going to be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? But I didn't have all the text messages. I didn't know how bad it was. I didn't know what was going on. I believed Phil. Who cares? What? Laugh out loud. What questions do you have for Nick, who shared public court documents and advertised the movie? The resistance trying to discount this is what should be questioned. I think you ran out of phonics to be hooked on. Hey, USA. Funny thing, Nick used to support Phil and Phil shared Nick's content. Nick then learned the truth about Phil and then exposure began and the movie was made. Most of us fell under Phil's spell at one time or another until we didn't. Of course. Sure. Let's say you believed Phil and used to support Phil. Did you ever say, have you ever seen those sexy fucking 15-year-olds? Because if you did, I don't give you any credit for waking up. If you were one of the people that's like, she looks like a slut, I bet she came on to Phil. I don't give you any credit for anything. You should be locked up. In prison. Will's a toe rag, but Phil Tifo's a low-life toe rag. It means like a bum, a worthless person, I think. What's the other word? A vagabond, I think. I don't know. I didn't have time to look it up. Not taking credit for this, a friend asked this question the other day. Have you noticed how often Will offers Phil advice? And thinking further, How often has Phil had meltdowns over a video Will posts? Several. More than the one you guys are celebrating right now. Several times he's went reeling after I made a video. Tried to explain it away, threatened to take me to court. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Several times. Exactly. The money definitely could have been used for something better. How often has Phil released his fake injunctions trying to stop Will from speaking? Phil released a doctored bill or receipt of funds paid to his lawyer that said they spent 16 hours researching me and that the DEA was coming to arrest me for drugs. And he knew that for an inside source. You're trying. I never thought of this. Damn, excellent question. Will is a swamp rat. He can be bought. He even admitted that if Phil Tifo paid him enough money, he would go away. Not the sort of guy I would want to be in a trench with when the shit hits the fan. He's not even worth the steam of my piss. I mean, you can say all you want to about a trench. I don't know how many trenches you've been in, but I'm sure everybody I served with would be glad to have me back at their side. No one wants your piss stain, by the way. I don't know what that is worth, but no one probably wants it. Everybody has a number. The people that say, someone comes and says, oh, you got an internet show? If I pay you $100 billion, would you shut it down? You're like, nope, not doing it. Not doing it. I'll be here broadcasting until I die. Shut the fuck up. He did say that. He did. He did say that. I don't agree with everything Will says, but he's no sellout. Is it not his right to question their oil miracle cure? What is Will wrong about here? They won't tell you. It's the timing. He has said more than once that if he would shut up if paid him. What would you call that if not a sellout? A potential sellout? I don't know. I don't know. Oh my God, you were so right. Doesn't change his valid questions about the miracle oil or the fact he still calls out Phyllis. You're making too much sense over there. In my opinion, everyone who wants Phyllis taken down should be grateful for the film. If not, what does that say about them? How many more ways can I tell you to go watch the film? How many more ways can I tell you to go watch the film? Go watch it. It's awesome. It's great. Share it. Download it. Send it to random people. Just start with the number 111-111-1111 and send it to everything till you get a 999-99-999-999. You got it? 100%. This infighting sure is suspect and stinks. Discernment. He used to call him out, but now he's trying to discredit Nick. I don't call that calling him out. He has done a 180 since that film came out. That tells me all I need to know. Took Will up on his offer to pay him to shut up. Pretty simple and easy to spot, in my opinion. And Will recommended the film. He questions the oil claims. Okay. Then order your RA oil and pass it out to any autistic kids you know. It's only $80 a month. 1,000,000,000%. I think someone took some dirty stolen money. No, any autistic kids, sorry. I never said a word about his oil. I don't care about his oil. I care about being exposed and taken out, period. Yeah, the white hats. I heard a white hat assassin team was moving in. What they did is instead of going to a mission briefing, they just played the greatest fraud alive. And then the fucking Navy SEALs, Space Rangers were so fucking excited. Let's go get him at the Super Bowl. It's not about his right to question the miracle oil. It's the timing of it that's the problem. He's so jealous of the movie. It screams he is a sellout. He is a sellout for that and the fact Phyllis is loved up him right now. Will is a hypocrite. He's the one who flipped. Opinions are assholes. Everybody has one. You sound very familiar. Now, why is that? Because they're part of your chat? I don't know. You think it's me? Yeah. Exactly. So you're bitching about Will Bird. What the fuck? You people are delusional. No one has come harder at Phil. Why is it bothering you so much? Nick just did. The minute he does, Will flips and now supports. What part of that are you having difficulty with? The support part. Obviously. Bothering me? You answered my reply to someone else. I'm not bothered. You're angry! Then why interject yourself in my conversation? I'm pretty sure Will is voting for Joe Biden. I think he gets banned after this. I'm not voting for Joe Biden. I listened to him one time, so didn't know that. If he is questioning someone wanting to help autism, ask yourself why. Because I'm Big Pharma, motherfuckers! Ooh. The medical world has failed us in many ways, creating the reason for autism and then gaslighting us. So why is anyone calling this out? Nick and Alpa aren't going to get rich on it. What fucking claim is that? So they're just scamming a little? They're not going to get rich. They're scamming a little. Is it for spot? What is the true reason? As I have taught my kids everything, every single thing can be sourced to money. Why'd you have your kids? Money. Why'd you tell your kids that everything's sourced to money? Money. Why'd you send your kids to school? Money. Why does your kids hate you when they're fucking teenagers? Money. Everything's money? I doubt it. There's a lot of things that are money. I need two Yoris. He's already flipped again. Phil paid more. Flipped on what? They said, oh, he recommended the film. He's already flipped again. No, go watch the film. Or watch it all. Watch it twice. I don't care. Enjoy. He might need some of that oil he's brought up multiple times. Maybe. I don't need to question why he questioned Nick. Answer the question he asked. Miracle autism cure. Why don't you go ask Nick? Not getting in the middle of this, but can you show me where cure is ever mentioned, please? That's why I put the, he claims that, okay, so you have to follow me here. This is going to be a flow chart. Nick Alvear claims heavy metals cause autism. Heavy metals cause autism. He claims the way we get heavy metals in our body is from vaccines. Okay? Heavy metals cause autism. Heavy metals come from vaccine. His foot rub takes away the heavy metals. If heavy metals cause autism and there's no longer heavy metals, there would be no more. Stay with me here. If heavy metals cause autism and we take away the heavy metals, there would be no more autism. And if there's no more, if you had autism and we took away the thing that caused autism and you don't have autism anymore, would that not be him claiming that it cures, or his word, fixes autism and makes these people normal. That's his own words, normal. But even if we don't elaborate here, his own website says it mitigates autism. Mitigates. And if you look at the FDA's law surrounding anything that claims to be a supplement, it cannot claim to cure, treat, or mitigate any disease or the symptoms thereof that disease. So just by his own stance that he mitigates, if he doesn't use that terminology, it's illegal. Not that the FDA is over supplements, but that when you claim a supplement mitigates a disease, that supplement is no longer a supplement. It falls under the laws governing drugs, which the FDA is over. In a public room, there's no such thing as a private chat. In a public room, anyone has the right to chip in on any comment. Really would like to see something stating miracle or cure. I haven't seen that. Are you letting flax get in the way of a good story? Let's just recap here. We'll put out a whole post about Melon, which is based on assumption, not fact. Papa Will was the person who was going to bring Phil down. He went after Nick last night. Phil puts out a post today, first thing praising Will. Interesting to say the least. I never claimed to be the person to take Phil down. You're not going to do it unless you all find out that Phil like fucking murdered somebody and you've got the fucking gun with his fingerprints on it. You're not going to take him down from a video. You're not going to embarrass him enough to leave the internet. His shit's already out there. You might prevent some people from believing him. You might drive some people away from him. You're not taking Phil down, out, over, left, right, away, offline. You're not doing it. No, I'm really curious where this cure information came from. I have not seen anything about that, but I've seen some people saying it, so I wondered if they've seen something I haven't. I think he was just being sarcastic. Read that line again. I think I don't think Nick ever claimed it was a cure. It's a treatment. Treat, cure, treat, or mitigate a disease or the symptoms thereof. Cure, treat, or mitigate. They're all used the same in the terminology put out by the law that the FDA put out about supplements. They're all used the same. Laugh out loud. I think you know me very well. He clarified that in the film last night. Will's not going to bite the hand that feeds him. Until he flipped, he should be grateful for the movie. Instead, he is jealous. Go watch the movie. Share the movie. Download the movie. Text the movie. I don't know what else you want me to fucking say. My take, Nick defended the 25-15 relationship, then recanted. Made a movie, good guy, hero. Will Burt attacked Phil for 3 years exclusively. Movie drops. Will questions the new line, Miracle Oil. 15-year-olds today attack Will, bad man. But his questions are legit and unanswered. Thank you very much for that. This guy even said he doesn't even agree with most of the stuff that I do. I caught him on Twitter today, I think. He doesn't agree with most of my beliefs, but damn. I appreciate it. Nick has explained many times how it all went down. I don't know how many times a man has to say it, but had Will been paying attention, he would have never been confused on the issue. Will makes himself the fool. No, I am still 100% confused. You are telling me he believed Phil. Gotcha. You're telling me he didn't know how bad it was. Gotcha. You're lying and telling me he didn't see the text messages, even though he was responding to the text message, that comment. Gotcha. Don't even worry about Phil. He said, make this any 25-year-old, any 15-year-old. He said, have you seen 15-year-olds nowadays? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. I don't care about the text. I don't care about what he knew. I don't care about who he believed. Make it make sense. When talking about a minor in a sexual relationship with an adult 10 years older than them, he said, have you seen 15-year-olds nowadays? Then he clarifies and says, even then, talking back about 2010, make it make sense. If you read that post, how do you justify any of it? If you can justify a 25-year-old isn't mature, have you seen 15-year-olds today? If that's okay with you ever in any way, not me. The fact is, if Phil goes away, Will is broke again. I don't think if Phil goes away, I'm broke. I have people literally begging me to figure out a way to get back to work. I just can't. I'm a disabled veteran. I just can't. I can't concentrate. I can't stay on topic. I freak out all the fucking time. I had a huge issue on one of the last jobs I was on. I just can't. I've got people begging me to come to work. Begging. Calling 3-4 times a day, asking if I could please get back on the job. Do you not understand Nick, etc., did more than take down Phyllis in a short time than anyone else? And that's what matters to us. Will, in 3 years, didn't make a difference. In fact, Phyllis endorses him to his followers. Then the very day after we have a big win, Will goes after Nick, making turning Phyllis into a giggly schoolgirl. We are not happy with Will. We are mad because he could have done that some other time. When's the right time? First of all, when was this takedown you guys celebrated? Because I missed it. Second of all, when's the right time? Should I have done it when I first saw the messages? Because I did. Then I dropped it when I was making a film. Should I have done it right before the film dropped? Or that drove people away from the film? Should I have waited a year from now when no one's talking about it anymore? When? When's the right time? Literally, this is the only excuse they have. Not, I shouldn't have raised questions. Not, this is all explained away. Not, this is Will blowing everything out of proportion. He didn't do it at the right time. Phil said he never touched her. Nick believed that story. Gotcha. Have you seen 15-year-olds nowadays? Or even back then? What does that mean? If he believes Phil never touched her, this is your claim. When he saw the documents, he brought the hammer down. Now, how is that difficult? If this is your claim, Phil said he never touched her and Nick believed her. Why would he say, have you seen 15-year-olds nowadays? Why? He thinks Phil never touched her. He believes Phil's story. Why would he say, have you seen 15-year-olds nowadays? Or why didn't they do it 2 years ago? Because these cunts had some reach and more followers, so why didn't they do it with you? Why didn't they do it 2 years ago? Yeah, 3 years ago. They were banning people for bringing it up in their chat. That is true. The day after I aired the rebuttal and the interview with Phil and the rebuttal, now I'm sure some of them were bots, but there was a difference. The next day, and Phil's followers were 32,000 people, and that didn't bring him down. The fuck did y'all do? Again, watch the movie, share the movie, check out the movie, talk about the movie. Love it. You have proved my whole point. You're mad at Will. His questions are legit, but you don't like his timing, so you attack. And this is your opinion, and you're entitled to it. Facts. Too difficult. What is the question? Nick promotes a product that helps detox heavy metals from the system. A lot of people with autistic children believe detoxing metals is helpful. Nobody says it's a cure. He doesn't push these products. He mentions it maybe once a week and that it's available and gives you a discount. The FDA allows it, so what is your problem with the FDA does not allow it, not in its current advertised form as mitigation. The FDA hasn't pursued it. The FDA hasn't stepped forward. He hasn't changed the text, not in mitigation. You read the fucking law. I thought that's what you did for a goddamn living. As far as the comments Nick made, he said himself he was wrong. He made a mistake. When he looked at the information and realized what actually went down, he changed his mind. This doesn't fucking matter. Imagine you and your buddy are standing beside each other. And one of them says, look at that girl over there. And you're like, oh, she's a kid. She's 15. And he's like, have you seen 15-year-olds nowadays? That's what I thought. Then what if someone tells you about Phil? Does that negate that you said, have you seen 15-year-olds nowadays? Have you never changed your mind on something when you learned additional information? Not fucking kids, no. No. I never thought, there's some sexy 15-year-olds out there. And then someone said, hey, you'll go to jail for that. And I thought, they're less sexy. Awful tempting, but I don't want to go to jail. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I've changed my mind on lots of topics. None of them were ever how attractive fucking 15-year-olds were. I'm a 40 goddamn year old man. You know the last time that I thought about how attractive 15-year-olds were? When I was 16, goddammit. So what exactly is your question or your issue? That because I said fuck Phil and fuck Nick, that everybody else said, Will loves Phil, they're working together, and he's jealous of Nick, and Nick never did nothing wrong, not never ever. That would be the issue here. Then you say Phil says he never touched her, but if he wasn't convicted, but if that's true, it's fucked up wrong. Not well, a 25-year-old is immature and 15-year-olds today. Wow. I guess one would question what would be the purpose to even go there to begin with, if not to annoy. So let me ask you this question. Were you offended when Phil told all of his followers to go 1-star the salon, those who have never been affiliated there or had any affiliation? Will did the same thing with Derek Johnson's book. Wrong. Derek Johnson is a public figure. We've read every piece of Derek Johnson's book. I own the fucking book, and he asked for reviews, honest reviews, whether you'd read the book or not. Is that the same as finding a private person and their business and doxing it to then leave bad reviews and destroy their business? Seems like you're missing some of the elements there. It's a form of theft is how I feel. He said his chat was inundated with people fighting over Phyllis and he didn't know much about him, and he just said this to try to calm everyone down. Imagine. I hate Phil. I like Phil. Yeah, but 15-year-olds are sexy. Now calm down. Excuse me, what? You run that back? The part about the 15-year-olds, yeah, that kind of seemed like out of pocket. Seemed like something slipped out there. Obviously, it didn't work. People educated him on the true facts and he changed his opinion. He was just trying to calm a situation. That's the first thing I yell when I'm trying to calm it. When there's a fight breaks out, I'm like, yeah, but what about those freshmen in high school and how good they look nowadays? It's a good way to end to end the argument. I get it. I hate Phil. Glad he is crashing. Will is hard to stomach. I don't care about either, but there is no objectivity in here. Nick defends it. I know. He explained it. In my world, that gets you knocked the fuck out. Yeah, sometimes. Phil did the same thing with Derek. When Derek came onto the scene and everyone was eating up Derek's information, Phil was like, I've been saying the same things, only in different wording, and then got his followers to turn on Derek. If you say so, Kurt. Well, look at all those that were happy Phil was exposed after he was caught trying to hook up with another chick when he was on his honeymoon in Italy. Then had a change of heart and wanted the catfisher or ers to be legally held accountable, and some also threatened to give all the evidence to Phil. That wasn't me. The question I have is, why did you come out and you're even making videos saying that you're the catfisher and then immediately say it wasn't us? I don't know what you're talking about. It's somebody else, whoever they may or not be. Look, no one else had experience with getting a bunch of cocks in her inbox. You were the guy for the job. You did it. Stand up on that mountain. People even said, like, they're going to jail for this. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. Excellent point. I forgot about that. And to be honest, could never understand why they all flipped. I do now, since I realized all that fighting in the background that also exposed a bunch of them. I read his comments. I very much didn't like what I read. I personally messaged him and asked him to explain to me what happened, and he did. You didn't answer the questions I asked. What exactly do you think is wrong with Nick occasionally mentioning a product that the FDA allows him to promote? Not in his current form. It's a supplement, not a cure. And have you never changed your mind on something? Yes. None of them had to do with a 40-year-old man and a 15-year-old girl. Not a single one of them. What are you asking? Yes, Phil for years said Bree set him up. He cracked in the Scranton Times case and admitted. That's when the court documents became public. Legally accountable for what? What crime or claim is there for it? Which are they saying it is? JD seems a bit confused and can't understand my explanation. Can you help that person out? I don't give two shits about Nick, what he sells or does. My issue today was Will being attacked. Not because his questions were out of line, but because people didn't like his timing. We got here in America because excusing faults and blindly following. I'll never agree with the BS explanation from Nick. Will is harsh and rough for most people, but he certainly is on Phil's side. People in here are emotional and irrational. Yeah, that's just that, chat. Well, there isn't actually rhyme or reason with a large percentage to the claims that are made. It's literally a theory factory to simply see which piece of spaghetti sticks to the wall. Interesting. I can't think of what law would be implicated in that. Pretending to be someone else and just texting someone, just that? Or is it the dick pics? I don't remember the catfisher asking for dick pics, but I'm not sure on that. I don't know which particular parts that were consistently mentioned. I do know they keep claiming that we publicly shared an unedited photo of Phil's junk accidentally, as it's been claimed. Anything we ended up in possession of would never have been shared here to fully expose Phil exposing himself. Okay. Most of us already have PTSD from the unedited ones way back when it happened. They just said they didn't share them. Lisa, you got to get on the same page as Melon. He said we never shared unedited pics, and then you come in with PTSD from the unedited pics you shared. So, way back when it happened, no need to trigger hundreds of people needlessly. So, like revenge porn, maybe? I don't think it fits, but I guess that makes more sense than anything else. Yeah, shut the country down immediately. Sorry, this was meant for Matthew's post. Okay. And that's that section. They're fucking wilding out, dude. They're all over the fucking place. He did it. He did it. He's with Phil. Phil bought him out. He's done for. It's over. He did it. But somebody today said he sent a GoFundMe. He did a GoFundMe to take his wife to Las Vegas. I don't even know where they made that one up at. I have no idea where they even made that one up at. Products or treatments claiming to cure autism are deceptive and misleading because there is no cure for autism. The same is true of many products claiming to treat autism or autism-related symptoms. Some may carry significant health risks. The Food and Drug Administration plays an important role in warning companies against making improper claims about their products intended use as treatment or cure for autism and autism-related symptoms. Where you at, Jennifer? The fuck did you go? Jennifer! I don't see any problem with him very slightly, occasionally, multiple times a week, sharing it with a discount code. He's giving you a discount code. He's giving you a discount code. So what is the problem here? Treat or cure. Treat or cure. Intended to use as treatment or cure for autism or autism-related symptoms. In 2014, the FDA issued warning letters to 3 companies, including Utah-based doTERRA. This is how I knew about the essential oil autism from the first part. They claimed to mitigate the symptoms of autism. One of the largest companies that produces essential oils, and about the medical claims distributors had made about their products. In its warning letter to doTERRA, the FDA stated that at least 15 essential oil compounds were being promoted for conditions that caused them to be classified as drugs by certain distributors. Those conditions include Ebola, cancer, brain injury, autism, Alzheimer's disease, tumor reduction, and ADHD. The FDA hasn't approved any essential oil products as drugs because they haven't met the agency's standards for safety or effectiveness. So anytime a seller makes a claim about their potential therapeutic use, that includes treatment, you dumb bitch. They're required to include the following FDA disclosure. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, goddammit, cure, or prevent disease. Show me this disclaimer on Nick's discount code. Uh-oh. Here you go. From Susan Schaefer. Wildo did a GoFundMe so he could take his wife to Vegas. He does an about face on Phildo and is in Vegas. Seems a trip to Vegas is all Wildo needs to flip on people. I don't care if he was military or not. A crook is a crook, and he just lost a bunch of followers for a trip to Vegas. That's where I'm at. Vegas. That's where I've been. Oh, Vegas town. Look out. Boys, we're in Vegas now. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. It's a good thing I don't react like they want me to. Nailed it. Phildo's typical way of thinking and manipulating the system. New evidence. Video footage would work. Agreed. No need to punch down like that. Facts, bro. Because you are the better man, Nick. You all are celebrating him going after Phil. but then saying you're the better man for not responding. Where's that same energy? Kill them with kindness. They can't handle that. I hate kindness. I hate kindness and walks on the beach and puppies and gentle, soft, warm hugs. It's happened enough from the start that I've been trained by it. First biggest hater when I started this was my brother. He was nasty. Ooh. Channeling kindness is the key to everything. Take the high road. Will has maybe 100 people watching his show. Imagine spending 2 hours a night having such a small audience. Could you 100 people tell the other 300 people to leave? I would appreciate it. Tell them now. I'm tired of these other 300 people trampling on my 100 people that are here for 2 hours a night. Ridiculous. He's irrelevant. He's been streaming for years and could barely get 200. Phil paid $100 for him. She can sue him for assault. Many of us who've connected over the past 3 years in the exposed groups have always said we should have a gathering in some city of all of us. So, Nick, if you do end up making a part 2 of the film movie, we should choose a place and rent out a movie theater for the day to gather for the premiere. I'd pay to see it. Well, they scroll the chat, will repost what they read, so delete anything you don't want to hear on this show. Remember, not our circus, not our monkeys. Too late. What did you not understand about I am the internet? Did I misspeak? Did you think I was only the internet, not your house? I'm in your goddamn router. Booga, booga, booga. I never thought I'd see the day Will bent and kissed the ring of Phil G. I did. He always said he had a price. I don't know how he can breathe with everything in his mouth. Skill pays the bills is what they say. He made that deal today. I think he thinks Bree will still buckle. Think so? He's too smug. Will lives in a trailer with no job. He needs the money. I'm sure Phildo today was making deals with fellow truthers. He now would do anything to smear Nick. Typical narcissistic behavior. Because he is now bought and paid for. He proved it tonight by bashing Nick. They all live that way in that area. It's a tough town. It's the big town letdown. It's not that tough. Unless you're a bitch. 100% truth. She works at a law firm now, right? I don't think she will. She would blow her credibility if she caved after working so hard to get there. I don't care. Truth is truth. God, I hope not. She has all the power. Will has mentioned several times that he can be bought. Second, Will is desperate to insert himself into this to look relevant. Those are the reasons for his behavior tonight. I didn't have to insert myself. You guys did it.
Wait till it get home. She gonna be like, damn, shit.
Some money to blow while in Vegas. Enjoy. 26 packs. Thank you very much. I'm thinking about putting that on a craps jack or whatever they call it. I'm a good gambler, by the way. And you don't sell your soul. Oh, holy shit.
She gonna be like, damn,
20 and then 45. God damn, guys, chill. Okay? Thank you very much for the donations. Let me go read that one. I was caught off guard by 2 donations back to back, and I do have a small dick, but wait till it get hard. Live in a van down by the river. On behalf of I Need 2 escrows, saying he can barely get 200. Uh-oh. Thank you very much. It's Shenananon and Robert Pettis. Even Shenananon earlier, day by day, 0 fucks given. Lisa and Zach. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. All the donations. And don't sell your soul to the devil. The sole came off my shoe, and I'll sell it to anybody who wants it. Do you guys remember when I fucking busted my shoes weed eating? I don't think that's the right sole, Tammy P. S-O-L-E, is that how we spell it now? Figure it out. I was a single mom with 4 children and sometimes had to work 3 jobs. I did it. Mariah, would you know anybody that happened to work 3 jobs ever in your life? Know somebody that didn't just say it, but literally had 3 fucking jobs. I think she has the support and maturity to stand strong. Her law firm will go pro bono to... Uh-oh, we missed that one. We missed that one. I, too, need to be resold. Uh-oh. He's irrelevant. He's been streaming for years and can barely get 200. Phil paid him 100 for him. That's... I already... sorry, I'm going through these backwards. Already read that one. Cheers! I'm 61. How do you clip it? I apologize, but I don't know how to do that.
I got a small dick.
Jesus
but
Christ.
wait till it get hard. She gonna be like, damn. Shit,
Represent
my
the beer
God.
clue. It's always a pleasure. 5 6-packs. Thank you very much for the donations. I appreciate it. We were in a situation where we were a young family. We had our first kid. We were kind of already struggling already, and then we ended up having to step in and take custody of Mariah's teenage sister. And I had 3 jobs at the time. For a long time. For a long time, I would work 1 job, and then I would go into a night shift job, and in between those 2 jobs, and after the night shift job, and sometimes at those jobs, I would repair small engines, rebuild carburetors, rebuild engines, and new seals, new bearings, all that shit. Whatever it needed, I would rebuild small engines on the sun, and was terrified we were going to lose everything. Ignore Will. He's a fat, sore loser that he didn't make the film. He's a fat, sore loser that he didn't make the film. That's me. I wish I would have made the film. Phil, pour another glass and drink with us. He's too stupid to realize he's exposing himself. Let's link up on Broadway end of the month, bro. So Nick and Q Wankster are going to meet up. Maybe you could do something, bring some essential oils for his daughter's fit. Fuck. I didn't mean to bring that up. I know that's a sore topic that you don't raise and or see your fucking kid. I'm sorry. I felt like I just threw that out there and I wasn't ready for it. My bad. We love you, Nick. Thank you again for giving the victims of vows. My absolute pleasure. Just doing the best I can wherever I can. Have a well-deserved 10 days of rest and relaxation, Nick. Dude, the fucking roast of the century. Years ago, when I was still a young lion, I was tasked with taking down the world's greatest fraud. Nick said, I'll be telling my grandkids. I'll be telling my grandkids that one time I made a video about a guy in Pennsylvania that slept with a 15-year-old. And damn, boy, you should have seen the 15-year-olds. I don't know exactly what he's vaping, but it ain't good. Formaldehyde. Actually, formaldehyde. It's like a son of a bitch. Crazy how they just take whatever he says and run with it. Haha, he's vaping Haterade. I'm sorry. For a second there, I thought I was back in 2000. Not the Haterade. That's brilliant. 3 classrooms, first and second, third and fourth, and fifth and sixth. I'll create a coffee roast and call it the Feb 9th Phil Roast. This guy just full of ideas. Full of ideas. They're very upset. All right, last section here. It's almost 2 a.m. here. Cold beer dissing Nick. Wow, that's not cool. He's just jealous that he's not getting this much attention. Cold beer wants to be as good of a grifter as Phil. His number of viewers never increase. like a speed bump. Just roll on over CB. He's not relevant. That's because they run off everyone who joins and subscribes. Will doesn't like Trump or Christians, sadly. Oh, okay. He never seems to have that many watching. He's grifting by proxy using his own logic. All that middle school crying is hard to hear coming from a man. You know why you don't hear middle school crying in your house? I need to pair. You know why you don't hear middle school crying in your own home? Don't let Will rob our celebration. It's a free movie with a free download like a lot of Nick's movies. You can download the app and watch a lot of free movies. Go watch them. I endorse the watching. I don't endorse, man, have you seen what 15-year-olds look like nowadays? Might want to just stick with your beer there, big guy. I always find it amazing that you can tell people watch it. I have not drunk in 2+ years.
But wait till you get home. She gonna be like,
For the
damn,
Black Craft
shit, my
table.
God.
Thank you very much, Jane Bergman, 5 6-packs. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I've not drank a drop in 2 years. Well, not a drop. I've had a beer a couple times probably. I haven't drank in 2 years. They're like, oh, that drunk cold beer guy. They just see the name of the channel. They're like, fucking alcoholic guy. I used to get shit-faced. It's been 2 years. It's been 2 fucking years. He won't even accept me in his group. I've applied multiple times. Unfortunately, he thinks it's his job to diss everyone. I love how he disses Phildo, but he isn't a know-it-all like he lets on about everyone. When you join my group, you get a message from one of my mods making sure you're not a bot. You never answered. Ever. Lol. Yeet. Great show, Nick. Cold beer is all talk and alcohol, am I right? Heck no. I've never seen Phil so rattled. Better than I ever expected and is a great success. I would love to cover a Phil's Manic episode if you guys would chill the fuck out. I said Willie silly. I said Will silly, I guess. I said Will silly. Bro, he's wrecked. He fell asleep crying in the fetal position. Carrie is too mad to comfort that dude right now. Old Beer has his own style, that's for sure. But he doesn't have 1/10 what Nick, Z, and Script have to offer. I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm not the end-all, be-all of fucking podcasting or comedy or whatever. I tried to watch their show. I can't. Are they do they think they're funny when they're trying to be funny? What is that? It's so goddamn boring. Like the movie, go watch. This is gonna goddamn. They're gonna use this. Go watch the movie, like the movie, eat the movie, fuck yourself with the movie, get out the movie, lick the movie clean, put the movie in your mouth again. Go get the movie. But god damn, what the fuck is that? I get it. They got viewers. They're selling hopium. That's how you get viewers. I understand. CB can never keep up with the three. They have amazing synergy from what I saw tonight on their Rumble show just now. It was incredible. 3 very different guys, but they all vibe really well. Thanks for the show tonight. Y'all must be exhausted, but running on adrenaline. I'm pretty sure Carrie is face planted in a plate of midnight spaghetti still. He's so wrecked and going to the Super Bowl. Does Will like anybody? No. The only Super Bowl he will ever go to, and you know damn well he is going to be manic on the phone all day long. I wonder if there's enough seats for his very complex security team. Oh my God, he's going to hate being at the Super Bowl for sure. He's going to be preoccupied and be paranoid in the huge crowd. I bet he bails claiming he got sick. This is when I would have released it. Literally right before game time. when he's literally in the stand. It's like fucking 20 minutes before kickoff, and he gets 2,000 messages that the movie just came out. But I'm not a filmmaker, so you do you. I just think it would have been funny. Okay? Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. Just assume I'm wrong. He's going to be stressed. He will wish he watched at home. It's going to be hard for him to drop out of the sky during the halftime show and perform because y'all didn't pick up on this, but he's Usher. He's going to be preoccupied and afraid of what may be said on social media while he's at the game. Betting he mutes his chat when he's at the game. Maybe. For sure, it's going to kill him. He's going to be... Oh, I'm sorry. First, you're going to kill him not to be able to watch all the social media posts about himself during the Super Bowl, Lamau. Is there a replay? That cold beer guy is nothing but a moth turd on a cow tit. Nothing but a moth turd on a cow tit. Who is this guy? Derek Johnson? God damn. Good night, everyone. I know we'll all sleep better than Phil, though. Not even close. I would have been banned from Phil's chat day one. Will Bird has said he had as a price and Phildo could pay him off. Well, I think he has. Interesting. Well, I got banned on Will's chat fast. Wow. I told you they don't want subscribers or your money. Yeah, just so sad. They make a living bashing everyone. Bashers do what bashers do. And they don't want subscribers. Wouldn't that be in direct contrast to me just trying to insert myself to be relevant, or that I can't get any viewers, or that I'm struggling or going broke? Wouldn't this be in direct contrast to he doesn't want subscribers and they just run everybody off? Never mind. Commented once in defense of Nick and his team, and boom, kicked off. Fuck them. Will showed his colors. IMO. They don't like dissenting opinions. It's like the Borg. Resistance is futile. Let me get this straight. You guys have literally been felted for days now because you think I support Phil because I asked why Nick said these fucked up things before he made the Phil video. But we can't take anybody else's opinions. I heard that the company's going to have to take them down, Patriot Bound. Not anything to do with Nick. I think the company's going to take them down to avoid being liable for anything. In my opinion, Will is bought and paid for by Phil Doe. I had a run-in with them on Sunday. They were pretty worked up then already, but I was a patron subscriber. They told me to go back where I came from, so I did with my money. How do they want someone that is 100% telling them the truth? Look, I don't have to say that, like, hey, there's a number where I would stop talking about people. I don't have to call out people who I think will hurt my audience. I started the show yesterday by saying, it's probably going to hurt my audience. I don't have to do those things. I do those things because I'm honest with you guys. Now, how do they want someone that's honest with them about them, their opinions, the people around them, the things they believe, but also want someone to be like, oh, you're a paid subscriber? Well, then, that's fine. I won't say anything. How can you be both those things? And their chat has been non-stop chat on you and Phil on their page. Who's winning? Exactly. Where is Will's show tonight? I don't see it on Rumble. Kick. On Kick. And he's on Kick. Not sure about that. Could be. Definitely doesn't want him going away his bread and butter. I won't watch anything anymore. Okay. Agree. Check DM. Taking up for Phil is a strange hill to die on. Phil paying? I can only guess if Phil goes that they have to find new content. Who cares? He's talking shit for no reason and kissing Phil's ass. You guys remember the part of the show yesterday when I was like, the next hour, I'm going to kiss Phil's ass. Did anybody who watched the show see me talk positively about Phil at any point? Gotta watch those carbs, legend. Nick, Script, and Z are going to have fun with this dude. They warned him. Today has been great. Everyone should be happy. As far as Will goes, not my business, or not my circus, not my monkeys, is how I feel. Excellent. Oh, yes, they did. Good analogy. Today was huge breakthrough. After hours and hours of bashing him, what a POS. Today's a day to celebrate. Yes. Fuck Will. He's irrelevant. Okay. How irrelevant can you be when you're 90% of the topic in a chat that's not yours, that you're not a part of, that you've never entered into or never commented on? How irrelevant can you be? Will feeds off emotional outbursts. Finally. Someone get these emotional bitches under control. I love it when you seethe, when you cry, when you scream my name and how irrelevant I am while you're talking about me for 4.5 hours. When you're like, oh, they're going to do this and we'll set this up and we'll feel. I love it. Say my name, bitch. Someone should clip that. Oh, that was the Susan Schaefer. Hello, I saw you requested to join Meat Hammer Militia at Telegram. I don't recognize your name. Do you watch the show? How did you hear about MHM? Then some arrows. No answer. Of course. No answer. No answer. That's the same person. It's like, Will won't let me in his chat. Very upset, I think. Very upset. Destroyed. What's the rest of this? Your product elements could communicate the intended use of the essential oil. The intended use is determined by the FDA based on the claims made for the use of the essential oil in the label, packaging, website, and advertisements. Any product that is intended to cure or reduce the symptoms of a disease. To cure or reduce the symptoms of a disease. If I tell you this mitigates the symptoms of autism, would that be the same as reduces the symptoms of a disease? Or helps in preventing a disease, or intends to affect the structure or function of the body, is said to be a drug. And thus, being a drug falls under different rules. Everybody gets asked the same questions. And the reason is because we kept getting bot attacked. Like one night, like we would just come on and I would do a show about somebody. I guess they didn't like it. And after the show, because I closed my chat during the show, there would be like 30 fucking requests, and we'd let them in. And as soon as they come in, they'd be like, you should check out Dr. So-and-so. He's great at Bitcoin mining. And they'd all say the same thing and leave before you could ban them and then try the same thing again. So now we try to have a conversation with you before. I've been trying to back the mods off. Miss Pritt is like, whoa, really? You ever watch a show? Tell me your favorite episode. What's your social security number? Can you send me a picture of your genitalia? It's weird, but we just want to make sure you're not a bot. Like, do you watch the show? Yeah. Where do you watch at? Sometimes they don't recognize you. They'll be like, what's your username? And some people don't like to say that. So if Miss Priss keeps asking people for stool samples, she's going to be not allowed to do that anymore. Okay. I've had 3 stool samples mailed to the P.O. box. If the essential oil or product containing the essential oil claims to do any of the above, then it falls into the category of drugs. Even if the ingredients and fragrances are plant-derived, they are not exempt. Am I going to have to teach? Look, Nick, you may be mad about this. You're going to get sued. You can even call it autism, but you cannot put it mitigates or treats the symptoms. You cannot. Because when someone says that you're illegally selling a drug has to go through trials. Okay? A drug has to be submitted, it has to be tested, has to be the same batch. It has a whole different field of who can put it together, who can mix it, who can bottle it, who can label it, who can fucking seal it. You're falling under a drug when you claim to treat a disease, when you claim to mitigate the symptoms of a disease, when you claim to help with that disease. You can call it autism wonderful and just not say that it fucking fixes autism. The essential oil or product falling into this category must be approved by the FDA before being released in the market. It must comply with the labeling guidelines of the essential oil as well as the guidelines for the drugs. For drugs. Drugs is a whole different level. Drugs is a whole different level. And you can't keep doing that. Anyways, it's 2 a.m. here. We got more stuff to cover. I'd like to cover Phil's little meltdown if everybody would chill for a minute. But everybody's so mad. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for there's a lot of donations tonight. Thank you for helping me get over that 200 hurdle that I didn't think I could. Tell all your friends that we only allow 100 people here and not to come watch. And I'll see everybody on the next one. Have a good night. Don't do anything Nick would do, especially if you're going to claim you're treating a disease, because then you're a drug. Love you. See you. Bye. Don't do anything that Nick would do. Have a good night. Support the stream while we're offline. Coldbeer.fund.
Tell you this. Douchebag.
Yeah. Come check us out. Have a good night.
You don't have the forking balls to call out the people on this planet by name and tell them exactly who they are and tell them the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the forking balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well listen bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believers? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like Thor in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped it to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine, with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Whoa, wait. Stop. What? I'll get my files. Wait, what are you doing? Stop. Hold on. Fucking stop. Dude, come on. Seriously. My mom's an alcoholic. Oh, give me a... Oh, my God. Damn it. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Piss them off. It's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Piss them off. It's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets. You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Round 3. Down goes Nino. Please say it isn't so. Got him backed up on the ropes, trying to ram it down his throat. Now things are getting rocking. He was doing so well. It's all over. Hands on his shoulders, they ringing his bell. You got Frog News Network, dude. No damn research, they rework and copy on cocks that came first. 9th inning, second string, and they acting like they know hitters. Assholes
Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.
to the shit.
Thanks for joining us.
It's on my conscience. It's hard to sleep at night.